So what was it? It was you said you used the lav mics for one podcast. You used you said a little fuzzy mic just now?
No, it was not this wide. It was it was like a regular microphone with a red thing on it. It was like a red this foamy thing.
Oh, it was like a pop filter.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this
red.
is supposed to take out the plosives.
Yeah, it looked like a fucking clown nose.
Clown nose.
It did.
And what did you guys talk about on that podcast?
We spoke about, honestly, you're gonna laugh at this. So it was my friend Anthony, and we always just somehow started off talking about fitness, and it ended up talking about dicks.
Dicks. Just right into dicks.
Yes, like dick size, dick stories.
All right. So what was the transition? Like how? Okay. How did we get from fitness to like what was the time length? Pause. What was the time length for the transition between a bicep curl is not the most effective way to increase the size to dicks?
I have really fucking no idea. There was like one day we were talking about nutrition, and my editor at the time, she had brought in, I was telling her that I love the Cheesecake Factory bread. You know, the brown one, the brown bread?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only been there a few times, but yeah.
Come on, it's like standard American
No,
thing.
stop it.
You need to go to Cheesecake Factory.
It's the fitness competitor coming out in you.
Is it?
Yeah, oh yeah. After the show, everyone goes to the Cheesecake Factory.
I did go to the Cheesecake Factory.
See, I fucking told you.
You're right. Anyway, so I was telling my podcast editor that I love that brown bread, and she came in that day and was like, look, I found it at Stop and Shop, and it was like a really long like thing of brown bread. Whatever, we start talking about fitness, and then I was like, I'm really hungry, and I just literally went for the bread, didn't think anything of it.
Pawed it.
And he like made a comment.
Just pawed it.
Yeah, he just of course made a comment, and I'm like, relax, like we're not talking about dicks today.
And you talked about
dicks. And then
dicks.
there it was. And then we literally Googled the biggest dick size in the world.
It was a Spanish dude, wasn't it?
Take a guess. Take a
It was a
guess.
Spanish
Not a
dude.
human, but like take like race.
Oh, right.
Like ethnicity, maybe not race.
It was a Spanish dude.
He was Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He was the dude that had to like tuck it in his sock. Have you not seen that dude?
No.
That dude's crazy. All right, now I gotta bring it up.
No, stop it now.
God damn it, now I gotta bring it up.
Was he Ecuadorian?
Yeah?
Find out. That's the biggest dick size. And do you want to know a fun fact?
I want to know many fun facts.
American penises and Chinese penises are the same size. Average.
You're gonna have a lot of listeners sweating right now. Sweating.
I was like, what are we talking about? But this is where it always, circled back to dicks for some reason.
Ecuadorian man measures up where it
Yes!
counts.
I told you, Ecuador, women.
Or is it simply a case of inflated egos? Whoa.
No, and I had to ask, is it
And
hard or flaccid?
they really got a dude just jogging with his stuffing in the pants.
His little tidy whities.
Who's jogging in that?
Who's wearing those?
Ecuadorians just. I guess if you go there, I've never been. You go there, everyone's just running around jogging in
That's like
tidy
my
whities.
grandpa's underwear.
Whoa.
I don't really know that. I'm just saying. My grandpa's dead, so Lord rest his soul.
Oh my God. Just like, damn, you had to bring me up like that, huh?
Sorry, Pop.
On the underwear. That's every grandfather's underwear.
It is.
Interesting. All right. Well, I mean, we weren't going to talk about dick sizes, but here we are talking about dicks.
Yeah, well, that's what a great way to open the
It's a
pod,
stellar way to open up a podcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's just kind of the way that it went. It went right into dicks all the time. Stories, sex stories, like awkward. It was just weird.
It's like Jamal and I's podcast, or when Tyler and I had the Brajol brothers.
Oh my God, stop. That was the name of the podcast?
Yeah, Brajol brothers.
Wow. What a great name.
We had so much fun with that podcast.
I love that.
We're talking about Tinder dates and things that we've dealt with and gone through. And yeah, I mean, Tyler still is in the corporate world, so he didn't feel comfortable divulging some of those stories.
Of course, yeah.
And so we kind of just disbanded at 11 episodes. But the people that heard the 11
loved it.
Gold. I
mean,
mean,
that was kind of like mine. It was like me and Anthony were on like a little bit of a break at the time, so I didn't mind talking about that kind of shit. And then like we got back together, and I'm like, I feel like out of respect, I don't want to talk about this stuff for my relationship.
Kudos
like,
to you.
Yeah, like
Kudos
it just I don't want to have that little. I don't want that. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess reputation type thing.
It's a reputation, but also, I mean, well, people are judgy in general. I was going to say men are judgy, but people are
Yeah.
judgy. So like when they hear a girl speaking some type of way, they then look at her boyfriend as like, oh, this is what she was talking about.
Yeah,
This and
like,
that. And
is
it's
this
just
the
like,
dude?
it's like a respect.
Yeah.
I totally kudos to you because not everybody has that mindset.
No, and it was just like also again, same. It was just the same like same sequence of events, and I'm like, let's actually make this educational because we'd go in with like a small script, and then it would just be like,
Yeah, it just goes everywhere.
which is fine. Like it didn't care as long as it stopped going to dicks, but it didn't, and it was like
It's a lot you can talk about besides dicks. There's a lot you
what,
can talk
listen,
about.
It wasn't just dicks. It was like awkward, like kind of what you were saying, like dating stories and sex situations and
Plenty of them.
fucking hilarious. But yeah, I mean, that was a great name though. I really
Marshall
love
Brothers.
Yeah, I really love that name.
The cover art was phenomenal. Now I got to show you.
Show me
The
it.
cover art was, oh my God. I really, it was awesome. We were bored during COVID. Voice and Rizzles kind of slowed down. We stopped having guests because I couldn't get anybody. Yeah, you could
I'm
adjust
like,
it.
can I bring this down?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
you
it's
can bring it down.
covering
Yeah,
my
yeah.
whole face.
Yeah, see, the next thing I want to get, but they're $350, $400 each, and I can't justify mentally spending that on a boom arm.
Yeah.
Because when I have arms that work.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but it's these
just for one?
one.
What the fuck?
It's a low profile one though. So it mounts into the middle and the arm comes up. So this way the mic just sits low right here.
Yeah.
Pause with that hand motion. But the mic just sits right here.
I don't know why I had to reiterate that.
You
for some
did.
reason.
You went right in. So it stays like right here. And it's good. But yeah, $300, $400 when I have the arms that work and I have tabletop ones that when I travel, I take those with me.
There you go. It's perfect.
When was that? That was in the fall of 21, I think. Fall of 21. We had so much fun with that. Yeah, we went to, no, it wasn't. It was the
Fall of 21. I think that's when I did mine too.
or was it
I guess
fall-
that was just a time to fuck around with podcasts.
I think it was fall of 2020 because, nope, it was 21 because Tyler and I went to my cousin's bachelor party. And for those that were avid listeners at the time,
heard the stories.
yeah, they
You're
heard.
supposed to keep those where they were made. You're not supposed to announce them on a podcast.
I can't. I want to tell it so bad,
Take
but
it
I
to the
can't.
grave. Oh yeah, I love that.
Isn't that
Fucking
awesome?
mean in the background.
It's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome. Got the chains on him. He's like, it was phenomenal.
Is Tyler your friend that you referred to me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. So
Love it.
Tyler's who I referred to you, but the best part is like him standing on the Fresh Brajol case.
Yes.
That was a picture I took of him standing on top of White Claw cases when we first met. Like when we first started hanging out. He was standing on top of the White Claw cases on his phone going, we don't do Goose no more. All we do is White Claw.
Good.
No more bottles, no more nothing White Claw. So that's what we used that as the cover photo and it was awesome.
I love it. That's pretty good art. You made that?
No.
Oh, I was like,
no.
you're really talented.
No. This is the art that I stay at.
Digital.
Yeah, I've tried to do 3D sculpting because I want to do 3D printing. So I've tried to do.
Really a thing?
Oh yeah,
Okay, what is that made of?
resin. It's made
What
of
the
resin.
fuck is resin?
Resin's just like a plastic material.
Am I allowed to curse on here?
Oh yeah, curse away. You're
I don't
good.
know. I don't know. You
No,
put
no,
this
you-
shit on like TikTok and stuff.
You're
And
good.
don't they bleep it out?
Yeah, they don't let you monetize. I don't care.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm not looking to
I
make
have
money.
a fucking truck driver's mouth.
Let them fly. Let them fly. So the resin is just like a plastic material that you basically it does layers of whatever you're printing. So it'll
Okay.
do layers and then it comes out and it has all these support beams on it. So this way, obviously, it has to be able to have structure and hold itself. And then once you pop it out, you take the support beams off, then you can sand it down. You can put like some type of a polymer on top of it where it'll hold everything in
Okay.
and solidify the unit even further to make
So
sure it
is it
doesn't crack.
mostly plastic?
Yeah,
Okay, so
Yeah.
my question is, I don't know if you're going to be able to answer this,
might not be able to.
but like, you know how they use 3D printers for medical things?
Yes.
Like they do like a 3D printed kidney,
Yes.
but that's going inside of you and it's plastic. Is that like counterproductive?
I don't know. They might be using other things. They may
Other
be using live
materials?
tissue inside of it.
Okay.
No idea. Not an expert.
That's kind of crazy.
I'm trying to just make a circle, and it's crazy. I'm just trying to I do it on the iPad.
I'm literally just want a circle.
I was
Make
telling
a
my buddy-
fucking cup holder.
Yeah, I was telling my buddy Josh. It starts as like just a sphere, and I'm trying to make like a mask. So there's this dude who makes Oni masks. So they're Oni masks are like the samurai masks that they would wear. With,
Okay.
I put
Yeah,
a picture
yeah.
of one up today.
Yeah.
And basically they wear those to fend off demons. So that's why they would wear them into battle, to scare people that they were going against, but to also keep them safe from demons, the Oni masks.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, there's a dude who makes them. So I'm trying to like make a mask, and it never works
not
out.
possible.
No, I just wind up with 2 points. They look like tits. I wind up with 2 points and then a flat back. And I'm just like, how do I keep
Most bitches these days in the gym.
Yo. Oh my God. Show me the
with the leggings that ride up their ass.
show me the lie. Show me the lie. There ain't one. She's being too real.
I don't know. I don't mean to shift to that. I don't want to be a hater.
No. We're gonna shift to that.
We're
gonna
okay.
shift to fitness stuff because that's fitness.
Yeah.
Your beginnings, your start. I actually want to talk to you about you being a competitor as well.
Okay, we can
because-
talk about that. As a while ago.
I don't think that's touched on a lot for female competitors.
Yeah.
I don't think they explain the things that they go through,
Mm-hmm.
the highs, the lows, stuff that you have to watch out for, and your background and the things that you've gone through can help 10 other people,
Yeah.
15 other people, 20 other
Definitely.
people. You know, Lindsay came on, Lindsay Greeley a while ago,
Yeah.
and she talked, I mean, she really dropped bombs, and
Yeah.
she talked about the real bad side of things, the great side of things.
And she's competed a hell of a lot more shows than I have.
Yeah.
So she really was in it, you know?
Just like the waves of what you have to go through and deal with, because it's a
Yeah,
lot.
it
It's a lot
is.
emotionally, getting into the fitness industry, seeing everybody, seeing all these other people. My buddy Josh, I know it's not his phrase, but he gave the phrase of comparisons the thief of joy. And
It is.
and it's
100 fucking
it's
percent.
in my
Like,
field, it's in fitness, it's in everything that you
it's
do.
everything. It's like winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. Right?
Yes.
And that's comparison. When a loser's focusing on a winner, they're comparing themselves to someone who's in this place where they would like to be one day, but they're comparing themselves and they're hindering their progress to getting there.
It just slows you down. That's all it does.
For sure. Or it stops you in your fucking tracks if you're not, strong enough mentally to handle going forward. But circling back to competing, it's fucking miserable.
She said exactly what I was hoping she would
There's
say.
actually
That's
no
awesome.
other way to describe it
Yeah.
other than it's pure misery. And you're doing it to yourself, which is the worst part. Like, you ruin so many things. You're ruining your hormones. You're ruining your relationships, whether it be friends, family, a significant other, your relationship with yourself and your body, your relationship with your mind. Like, you just ruin so much shit, and it's absolutely miserable, and it's very hard to come out of. Once you are out of it, like out of the competing world, it's hard to balance back out to being a normal human being. And I think that's where I think that is tougher than doing the competing itself.
Yeah, those weeks that lead up to the show, that's hard. Don't
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. Which I know that's not
You're
what you're
just
saying.
you're in like a brain fog though at that point where like nothing feels real. You're on autopilot and you're just going through the motions. So for you to process your emotions is like not a thing. It doesn't happen until after the show, and then it just kind of hits you like a ton of bricks, and you're like, well, now what? I quit my career when I was competing.
Oh shit, I had no idea.
I went to school for criminal justice with a minor in juvenile justice. So I worked with the kids on probation for a year and a half after school, and I then got into competing. And competing took over my life so much to the point that I was not going to my cases. So like I was a case manager. I would go to the kids' houses, their schools, wherever the problem was occurring, whether it be in school or at home, I would go there and visit with them, the parents, the guardian, the teacher, guidance counselor, principal, whoever it may be. And we kind of discussed the problem, but like those were all appointment-based things. And I had no fucking energy to deal with it because it's like taxing. And I was like, I don't feel like going to that appointment. I'm not going to go. This kid needs me. This kid needs me to be an advocate for them, to stand up for them, to help me, to help them. And I just was like, I have no energy for this. I have to go do my cardio.
And they need you at 120%. They don't need you at 100%.
Yeah. They need you. They just need you, period. Like they just need you to show up. And I was not even showing up. I was like, I don't want to prioritize this right now. I want to prioritize competing. And I quit my job and I went broke.
Yeah.
I literally went broke. And then me and Anthony, after I decided I was done competing, we went and traveled across the country for about 2 months. And I came back and I had $44 to my name. It was sad. It was a sad time.
Damn.
Yeah.
Talk
Mhm.
about stress.
Oh, yeah. But I didn't realize it. I was so young. I think I was like 22 or 23 at the time. And like, you don't feel the stress then that you do now that you're in your 30s, right? It's like, you feel stress differently.
Because you know the landslide of what things could potentially be if you don't get your shit together and you don't actually continue to make money, do what you have to do, keep certain relationships intact. And you understand now that that's a downward spiral at some point versus back then you're like, oh, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah, you have so much, you're like, oh, I have time, or I have mom and dad, or I have my significant other, like whoever. You feel like you have all these people and time to fall back on because you're so young, and you don't, I don't know, stress just doesn't sit in the body the same when you're younger as opposed to when you get older. But yeah, that was my experience with competing. I don't even want to go into the actual. I'm sure you've had Dre on here, you've had Lindsay on here, you've had plenty of competitors on here speaking about like what goes on behind the scenes, and it's the same for everybody.
It's an interesting world.
It's the same
interesting,
shit,
exposed but hidden world. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird. And I feel for people that get into this industry, not only just for the competitive aspect of it, but for the fitness aspect of it, and I've said this on a few episodes, they see that these people in magazines, they see what they look like, and they see lies. They see somebody that transformed their body in 30 days. I was talking about with the
eating tilapia and asparagus.
Oh God. I was talking
for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a fucking snack.
Yeah. I was talking to Craig Perlman. He was on the episode. He's an endocrinologist. And I told him when I was little, I was eating hydroxycut pills because
oh my God, really?
Yeah, because all you do, I was 270. I was pre-diabetic. So like
wow.
all I saw, I was heavy. So like all you saw was like this dude transformed his life in 30 days.
Yeah.
He lost all this weight. I'm like, look how shredded he is. Holy shit. Now I understand that Buddy, if that was even 30 days, which it wasn't.
No, hell no.
Buddy was severely dehydrated. He took a water pill. He did whatever else he had to do. He starved himself for the entire months before that photo shoot, and they still photoshopped him. They still made him look even better or more crisp.
That's the craziest part. And then regular average people step into the gym, see these, magazines, social media nowadays, compare themselves, and then go to these extreme lengths to get these results. And it's like, or if they attempt to go to these extreme lengths, it doesn't last long because it's, of course, not sustainable. And then they give up, and then, they're set 5 steps back. Or they just give up entirely. Or they get really down on themselves and they try another extreme route, because there's never just one. There's a bunch of types of routes that you can take. There's all these stupid fucking fad diets, Optiva, Herbalife, isogenics, like all.
Optiva, I've seen that. I've seen that shaker cup at my mom's house.
Yeah, see what I'm fucking
saying. My mom's house, Optiva, right when you said that to me, the packets and shit.
Yeah. What the fuck are we in the military eating a fucking packet?
I've told my
mom.
Enjoy
your food.
I've told my mom so many times. I'm like, yo, just go work out harder than what you're consuming.
Yeah.
Stop eating all the shit. Stop eating all the little snacks and whatnot. Cut the alcohol out. Just stop doing it. And then you'll see your body will change.
And the thing is especially like older women. And when I say older, I don't even mean old. I mean like even my age, like 30, anywhere from 30 to 35, your hormones are drastically changing. And then obviously when you get into your 50s, late 40s, you have menopause, which is a whole nother change. But it's like doing more is not better. Like less is more with certain things. And training's one of them. Diet's one of them. Like you don't need to go. Like I have so many people that are like, I'm tracking my macros and my fitness pal told me to eat like 2,800 calories. And I'm like, are you a fucking athlete? Are you doing 2-a-days? Because you're 5'0" and 2,800 calories is a lot.
Yeah, some of the calculators are wild.
Crazy.
I tried to help both my cousins, my mom as well. I put my mom on macros, and I told her, I was like, "Listen, you just got to keep this and that." She showed me the macros that the calculator recommended, and I went, "Yeah, I don't know about that."
Yeah.
I said, even from my knowledge, I don't think that that's correct. I said, "Why don't we try this? You can always add food. You can always take away food." I said, "Well, why don't we try this?" But doing that probably isn't. And the amount of people, exactly what you said, they overestimate the amount of activity that they're doing. Yeah.
It's like you're really not very active. You're really not.
Yeah, you're very sedentary. That's what you are.
Like your job, you're a secretary. You're sitting at a desk from 9 to 5. And then what? You go and work out for an hour and a half? You shouldn't be eating that much.
At mild to low intensity.
Yeah. Yeah, because, not many people work out to their full potential.
Oh.
So it's, I don't know, that's very different. Like, again, less is more with a lot of women. Like, you don't need to work out 6 days a week. I had a girl that came to my class last night. She was like, first time. And after she sat there and was like, hey, I can only come to your classes like 3 times a week because of the schedule and my work schedule. So is it okay if I do this? And shows me like a note in her phone. And it was 3 other days of working out. And I'm like, you're going to work out 6 days a week, weights 6 days a week. She's like, yeah. I'm like, how old are you? She's like, 32. I'm like, no. Like that for a man could work, but like for a woman, it's not, you don't want to do, it's too much stress on your body. You're not giving your muscles a chance to recover. And your inflammation levels are going to go skyrocket through the roof. Yeah, doing too much is not good.
It's me right now.
You're doing a lot.
I'm doing a lot.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're doing 2-a-days,
I
right?
woke up this morning, and not to cut you off, I woke up this morning because when you said inflammation, I woke up this morning and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the last month of 2-a-days, heavy, high intensity workouts at 6 a.m., followed by at least 5 to 6 days of rolling and jujitsu.
Yep.
Look at my finger. I didn't even realize.
And that's just external inflammation.
Oh yeah. I didn't even realize that I guess I fucked it up last night. I woke up this morning and I could barely bend it. I'm like, damn, I guess I jammed it or someone landed on it wrong. But all my joints.
Oh, you said that. Well, you said that during the shoot too. Yep. You said
my
felt
thumbs,
stiff.
Everything hurts. My joints are killing me from the gripping and the pulling, and my toes. My toes are killing me.
No, that's like
feet.
the fucking worst. It's like getting a Charlie horse.
Yep.
I think those are the worst.
And I've been having, every time I extend my arm out after a couple hours after training, whether it's the weights or the jujitsu, I have this feeling that the arm has to crack or pop.
Okay.
It's almost, and then I get like tendinitis feeling in the brachialis and then right down here. Yeah, I said to myself, I'm like, all right, we got to take off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go to jujitsu tonight. I really want to. I'm sick in the head.
I'm gonna go even though I'm hurt.
But my ribs, so I pop my shifting ribs. Like you have Derlin usually helps me with those. So I have like my ribs will shift a little bit, and when you take deep breaths, it pinches. So he's got.
Oh my God, I've had that.
You have to manipulate them back in.
Okay, I've had that, but I never had any kind of work done on it.
Yeah,
before.
So they can go back in by themselves, but if you want to just alleviate the pain, they got to work them back in.
When you take like a big deep breath, it's like, oh yes, I've had that.
It's not
it feels
pinching.
like a rubber band is wrapped around your lung.
Yeah, it's not pinching right now, but when I was grappling the other night, I was a little slow, sore, wasn't really feeling it. We're grappling, and he couldn't get past me, so he like picked me up and slammed me down. And when he did that, instantly the rib just shot, and I went, "Oh, dude!" I said, "All right, you gotta let go." I'm like, "You gotta give me like 4 minutes."
So, like, question for you: why do you do that if you know you could potentially get hurt?
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, this goes for anybody that does any kind of like martial arts, boxing, whatever the fuck else there is out there.
I would say that it's a challenge. It's much different than anything I've ever done. So I've always done sports I've done were either lone sports or something that wasn't contact based.
Okay.
So I never played football. I played baseball, but it really wasn't anything unless you got into like a scrap on the field, stuff like that. I did paintball. So I played a little tournament paintball. That was fun. But once again, like you're just shooting each other from across the field. There's no like real person on person type like physicality. So having Jamal on the podcast, he's a big fight coach. So he used to work with Chris Weidman. He works with Big Baby Miller. So he's deep in the fight game. So to me,
Did he convince you?
You know what? He didn't convince me, but like I've always wanted to. I know how to strike because I've done boxing before, but like, bullshitting around. Like I didn't want to do fights. I just wanted to learn how to strike the proper way and what does it take to be a boxer.
Yeah.
So I did sessions with Jamal and this and that, but like just being around somebody like that, you almost want to learn other things. So I looked at all the martial arts. I did Kung Fu when I was little. it's like very
That's
whimsical and
Is that
like
a real thing?
yeah,
Do
kung
you
fu.
like hit the board?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you hit the board, you knee the board, you punch the board. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, but it's
love
cool when
that.
you're like little. You're a little ass
yeah.
kid. I don't know. Like karate, I couldn't get into karate. It's not like Cobra Kai, like the
Yeah.
Netflix movie series. It's nothing like that.
It's not that.
So I was just looking at things, and a lot of the people that I look up to in the business sector, Joe Rogan, all these people that I
Mhm.
really value their opinions, all of them train in jujitsu.
They do.
And they all say the same thing. Whether you have ego or you don't, it humbles you.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be tapped out and you will learn where your place is in things, but it'll also help you grow then. I think I told you, I'm not like a crazy person, but I'm much calmer now since I've been doing it because I'm working through things differently.
Yeah.
So like,
I feel like you have to almost slow down and actually think of it. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's almost like chess.
yes,
You kind of have to think a couple steps ahead.
it's exactly like chess. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy until you do it. It's such a weird thing to talk about until somebody, and then you're in it and you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
is what it is. Because stress factors, right? We talk about stress all the time. So if you can inhibit that, if you can stimulate that stress response
yeah.
of another individual trying to break your arm or choke you out or this and that, and you've never had that experience in practice before, when it really happens, you're going to freak out
Yeah.
and you're going to, whether it's very traumatic. So you're going to have to
center yourself.
you got to defend yourself. You got to be able to keep your brain clear.
Yeah.
So, and even taking those deep breaths, I get chills. It's weird. So how that works. So it's like,
Ooh.
yeah, it's weird. Look,
You're
I mean,
meant to do this.
see?
You're
Oh
meant
my
to
God.
do it.
so the first couple times that I had somebody come from behind, they choke you.
Yeah.
And then you have to be able to, like the real way to do it is you have to anchor your elbows down. So I have to grab over and keep everything super tight to me. So this way they can't get that arm around. You almost want to bring them
Okay.
around
Yep.
you so they can't pull and then choke you out and you're done. So the first couple times it happens to you though, you tap real quick because you're like,
Because
you're like, whoa, like it don't matter how tough you are. You have someone's arm around your neck. It could be the little dude that's this big.
Yeah.
They have their arm around your neck. You feel that shit close very
Mhm,
quickly and your voice starts to go. So
Can I put a side note?
Please.
We have to come back to this about a guy that I choked 4 years ago on this weekend in front of Apex. But finish your story.
damn. So it sounds like you know the jujitsu already. We're coming back to that. We're coming back to that. Hold
That's a
that.
side note.
When I'm done with this story, you
Come
better
back.
jump in.
Go ahead.
So the first couple times on the mat, you look up, I'm not going to say it's a guy thing, but testosterone, shit like that. You look up and down all the other guys. You're like, oh, I can fuck him up. I can get him. I can get
But
him.
you have no idea.
You have no clue.
Yeah.
So like I start seeing some of these dudes roll and you're going, oh, look, some of these dudes are good.
Yeah.
Like real good. Even their white belts, they're good. They've been trained a little longer than you.
Is it because they learned how to be very centered when doing it and they're not just
Calm.
like, yeah.
You have to be so calm.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
a couple times I put up a video of me rolling with my buddy Chris that I made him. He's a friend that I made in class. So we rolled. I put up a video of us scrapping it out. And then I put up the video of him choking me out. He triangle choked me, which basically is I just overextended myself. I was on top of him.
Okay.
I overextended myself. He raised his hips and put his legs around my neck. And then just
Nuts.
you literally just get choked out. So I tapped, but I put that up. No, everyone puts their victories up. This is humbling.
Yeah.
When you tap, you go, oh shit, like I have to like center myself and be like, I'm not gonna win every single
This
battle.
is what I did wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I put that video up and it shows that you have to work out things. So now the next video I put up the next day, I watched that video like 20 times.
Figured out what you had to
I
do.
just watched it. I'm like, I'm a little erratic. I'm a little too quick with it. I know I can overpower most of these guys, but I have to go slower. So the next night, slow. You see me, I'm working things out. I'm actually going slower. I'm looking for his knees to go together so I can do it's called a smash pass, when you put both the knees together and then you pass over the top. Because otherwise, if their knees are up and they're centered out to you, they can kick you, they can push you away. You get in their guard, which is when they wrap their legs around you and you're on top, and they just keep you away from them. So you don't want to be in their guard. You want to pass it.
Yeah.
So I took my time and I slowed down. Now I'm realizing it. Last night when I grappled, the same thing. I took it easy. I was going against a lot of guys that were very
I
strong.
feel like, and that teaches you learning how to slow down in fucking anything, I guess. In jujitsu is a great area. You learn how to implement that into other areas of your life.
Yes.
And like learning how to slow down, especially as a New Yorker, is very important.
Oh, we're just always in a rush to not
Yeah.
only get to the next destination, but we're always in a rush to get to the next success level or get to the next life event level, and just things that you know we're expecting, and then you look back and you're like, holy shit, this 5 years have gone by.
Yeah.
What have I done? Like I
Or
didn't get
just
to
in a
enjoy any
or
of it.
just on a daily basis, like just slowing down. Like there's 24 hours in a day, 8 of them you should be fucking sleeping, the other 8 you should be at fucking work. What's left? You know, like don't try to jam in 10 things in another 8 hours. It's just not possible. You know, and everyone tries to do it. And parents have their children in like 7 different fucking sports and shuttle them from place to place to place to place. And they're fucking miserable because they did nothing for themselves. And like, same with business owners. Like, I can speak for myself. I try to put way too much shit in that 8-hour span of time, or less than that, because I don't work 8 hours. I work more than that. But like, I try to put so much shit in that small span of time that I stress myself out. Whereas if I just slowed the fuck down and I'm like, hey, this doesn't need to get done today. This has to get done by the end of the month. Let's push it to the side and slow down. Because if you don't, what you just said, Monday passes, Tuesday passes, Wednesday passes, Thursday passes, Friday passes.
We shot a week ago.
A week, I know. I don't remember.
A week went by like that.
I mean, like, I remember it, but I don't really remember, like.
Week went by like that.
I know.
I edited the videos, sent them to Rain. Like it.
You did already. Look at
Oh yeah,
you.
I have to.
Fucking
I have to. They'll be out next
on
month. That's how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll be out next month. So
it.
it's you have to. You know, I have to be, because otherwise, my biggest thing that I've dealt with as a creative is you always want your video to be a masterpiece.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
time.
It doesn't have to be every single time. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a Scorsese movie.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be all these things. Like for a long time, I would put projects off because I either didn't have the knowledge of how to do a specific thing that I thought of in my head, and I try to find it out. And then just like we said, weeks would go by, months would go by, and you're looking, you're like, damn, I got to get this fucking footage out.
And then your clients up your ass, and you're like, fuck, all right, let me just put something together. And it's still not even as good as you had hoped it to be, I'm sure.
Yep. So it's and then we go back to the comparison. Then you have other creatives, and you're looking around, you're like, oh shit, they're putting shit out. I gotta get back to work. I gotta center myself. But it's like a push and pull game.
Yep.
You have to be able to understand when the prioritization of getting things done and when I need to give myself a break. My mom tells me all the time, she's like, it'll get done. Yeah. It'll get done.
It will.
It'll get done.
And what you need to remember, and not like preaching at you,
no,
but like what you need to remember and what other people who own their own businesses need to remember is if you are being hired by somebody, you know best. Otherwise, they wouldn't have fucking hired you. So like, if you can't produce a masterpiece every time, how the fuck are they going to know if it was a masterpiece or not?
Yeah.
I'm sure if they attempted it would be nothing even close to your, fucking C+ that you just gave them. You're like, yeah, here's like a C+ work, whatever. Like I had to get it done. But they wouldn't know. They think it's an A+ because they can't produce that.
Yeah.
So like, don't be so hard on yourself. Otherwise, they wouldn't have hired you. You're the professional, and you have to remember that.
I've been like that for years.
I know, dude.
Especially
so am I.
Especially when I first started. Oh my God, I was just like, every edit I did, everything, I just would say to myself, this has to be unfucking believable, better than the last one, better than the one before it.
Yep.
And I'd put something out and I'd be like, all right, it's not my favorite edit. It looks good. It's not my favorite. I give it to the client. They'd be like, this is amazing. Yes. I am so happy. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm
like, that literally was not my best work.
I'm like this. Right. I'm like, hey, yes.
Yeah.
I go, what? So you have to remind yourself of those things. You have to be able to, and as a small business owner, something that you can attest to, which is hand in hand with fitness, is you have to make sure that not only are you working on the business, not only are you focusing on making money and progressing forward, but you have to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you don't, you get fat, you get depressed, you get upset at everything, your fuse is short, and you start aging yourself prematurely
badly
by
and
not focusing on yourself.
I actually had a conversation with one of my for Stoga, I have another gym that I collaborate with out in Long Beach. And the owner and I became really good friends, and he actually recommended a book to me. And it's called The E-Myth. And it was written in like 19...
E-Myth? E-M-I-T-H? E-Myth?
E and then M-Y-T-H.
Okay.
The E-Myth.
Okay.
Like entrepreneur.
Oh.
So he was like, read this book. I was like, just kind of venting to him about something. And he's like, read this book, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it was written in like 1980 something. Times are different. Like, whatever. I barely I literally bought it because it was like $8 on Amazon. And I'm like, all right, I skimmed through it. I read the whole thing in 2 days.
Damn.
2 days, because I felt like it was the answer to all of my questions that I had. But in the book, the first, and this is the biggest part that I feel like any person who owns a business can take away from. There's 3 main roles every entrepreneur needs to encompass. And it's, they talk about being the entrepreneur. So the visionary person, the person who has all the ideas and wants to just go to the next level, the growth mindset person. The manager, the one that's the organized person, does all the finances, does the books, does the marketing, everything's organized, right? They're the person that keeps things on a timeline. And then there's the mechanic, the technician, the person who's working it, who's doing the fucking work. So if you can't encompass all 3 of those, or at least if you have business partners also, if there's not 3 of you and each one of you can bring something to the table along that line, the business is going to fail. And they say 80% of businesses that don't have all 3 of those things, even whether it's in one person or 3 different people, will fail. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, and he says, most people who open up businesses are technicians who feel like they can do everything but can't. And I'm like, oh my God, this is me. This is me.
That's me.
I feel like I could do fucking everything,
That's
but
me.
I can't.
I can't do everything.
No.
I try to.
Same.
I try to.
It's just not possible. And like, you can do everything if he says, if you can do everything if you stop working in your business and start working on your business.
Oh, on your business.
Stop working in it. So like for me, and like even for you, you know, I know it's a little bit different because we are who we are. We have our talents.
Yep.
No one else can replicate us. But I have to stop taking 40 hours of clients, and I have to stop teaching all of the classes, and you have to stop filming all of the shit or editing all the shit.
Yeah.
You know, like you can still do both, but maybe bring on a right-hand man.
I've been trying to.
Yeah, which
I've been trying to. It's very tough.
It's very tough.
It's very tough to find somebody that doesn't not only that encompasses what you believe in and sees the vision of where you're going, that is reliable and that isn't scummy.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of scummy creatives in this field.
I know.
And I talk to people all the time, and I try to explain to them, like, you know, I can't have you doing rain shit right out the gate. You have to prove to me. The rain stuff has to be held with me. Like I have to be, they're expecting a certain look and feel from me.
Yep.
I'm not saying that you can't do that. You
No.
probably can.
Over time. Shadow me. Like
Understand what we're going for.
Yep.
You have to, you know, the amount of client briefs, I feel like I only talk to Rain, my mom, and Kenji sometimes. I'm like, that's the only fucking people I talk to. I'm telling you, sometimes I sit in my kitchen.
Kenji doesn't talk back.
Oh my God. You know, sometimes he does. I look at him sometimes and I just go, dude, what? Like, I don't interact with anybody else. This is insane. And he just stares at me back, like waiting for me to give him bacon or something. Like, come on, dummy, give me some bacon. So yeah, it's very difficult to let go of the reins.
Yeah.
It really is. I had a friend help me. I had a friend who does some videos in the industry. He helped me bang out an edit. There was an edit. I couldn't get it. There was no way with my traveling, with everything. And then the clock was ticking. It was months that I hadn't done the edit. And I just said, I need to pay you to do this because I can't get to it. And I just don't. And it turned out great.
And sometimes you just need to trust. It's very difficult to just trust you take pride in your work.
Yeah.
You know, like I take pride in my work. It's very hard to like take the brakes off a little bit and be like, okay, like here's my baby. Like it's like dropping a kid off at daycare.
Yep.
Like you just got to trust that they know what they're doing, right? Like you're not just taking on some fucking average Joe who films shit on their iPhone. I'm sure you're taking on somebody who actually owns a camera themselves and knows how to play around with it enough. Like you got to just trust that they know what they're doing enough to invest $4,000 in a camera.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, you hope so. I mean, some people do it just to do it, and then they don't use the pieces. It's like, okay, great. Yeah, it's a challenge, and it's something that I know developmentally I have to get over. I have to, because I'm not going to be able to get to the next level until I start trusting other people to help with certain things.
There's only so many hours in the day.
I can't handle it all. The amount of when I went to the Olympia, I was filming for Rain and Kai
Oh wow, that's a lot.
at the same time, and he's an athlete there.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever I'm not with Rain, I'm with Kai,
Mm-hmm.
and he works out super late. I've told people his workout.
Does he really?
Oh, I've told people
What time does he work out?
Depends. So if the rain stuff was in the middle of the day, Kai trains at usually 7 in the morning. He'll train at 7 a.m. He'll do an hour of cardio. Then he'll hit the weights. He'll train for like 2-3 hours sometimes. No, I'm not even joking. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And listen, I'm there to film it. Like I do a lot of stuff with Kai. I love him. So it's like, I say I'm going to film your workout. We say we need it. I'll get it for you.
God bless. Who works out for 3 hours?
Oh no, but he takes his time. Like he'll eat a meal after cardio, and then he'll go into the workout.
All right, fair.
So,
all right, Kai, I see you.
The Dubai schedule was nuts because luckily he didn't really do that many workouts in Vegas, but I was doing a lot of different things, like getting him to places, almost like managing him in certain areas and helping out because his manager wasn't able to take the trip. And I'm close with him, so he knows that he can trust me to get things done. But it was like I was the manager, I was the videographer.
3 different roles.
And I was shooting for rain. So I'm like
fucking exhausting.
I'm trying to get all the stuff with like Juji and Brendan Schaub and everybody. I'm trying to get everybody set with what they have to do and what I have to get for them. And I'm also trying to get Kai set.
And there's none of those things probably got 100% from you because you couldn't. It's not fucking physically possible. They might have gotten 90.
It was tough.
Nothing's able to get 100%
I was burnt out.
You have to do that.
I was burnt out. And after Vegas, I was burnt out. And then I had to have surgery in January, which I finished up. That was like my second surgery to finally finish off something. And
you're okay now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was booty surgery. It wasn't fun.
Booty surgery?
Booty surgery.
You got a BBL.
Oh, man, I wish. I wish. I'd be making money on this thing right now.
Imagine a dude with a BBL.
Dumpy. I'd be making money on this right now. I'd be charging for
Rizzle's OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'd be charging for everything. Any picture where I'm slightly off angle, I'd be charging high dollars. High dollars.
Slightly off angle.
Yeah, no, it's not a fun surgery. It's called a fistula. I'll let people look that up. And it's just a swollen sweat gland in your butt that causes a abscess. Not a good time.
Wow.
So I had 2 surgeries for that. I had one in June.
That's kind of crazy. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's not fun. Don't get one ever. Ever.
I'll try not to.
Yeah, ever. Unfortunately, they just happen. And nobody talks about them. Everyone's too embarrassed to talk about them. And listen, it's an embarrassing thing, but at the same time, it's like it's a medical thing. It happens.
Yeah.
And it happened.
And you have no choice.
It happened literally without
me
even knowing what was going on. I was like, what is this?
What is this?
Then I couldn't walk. Like the pain was so searing I couldn't walk. Then I'm fighting off infections. I'm sweating and I'm still filming. I'm still going to jobs because entrepreneur, working myself, burning the candle at both ends. Yep. So I'm trying to like actually keep going because I'm like, if I'm out, there's no money being made. So it was a very tough scenario. So by the end of the year, I had to get my second surgery in January. I had done in the span of November to December, I had done Dubai, Miami, Vegas. And I think I had like 6 or 7 local shoots that I was doing in the span of 2 months. And then I still had my contract work with Rain, and I was still doing stuff with Kai on the side too. And then on top of that, our trips. So by the time Vegas was here, I was so done. I was like, I'm so tired.
And then you had time zone changes and all that, right?
Yeah, Dubai was tough because, and I tell everybody this story. I apologize if you've heard it before, but it's great because of how much I did in such a little amount of time. I flew out 11 p.m. Wednesday night. I landed in Dubai 9 p.m. Thursday night.
Full 24 hours like that.
Because they're 8 hours ahead.
Oh, 8, not 6. Okay.
Yeah. So I land and I'm like, oh, wow, we just like lost a day. That's crazy. So I get out, I go to the hotel, check into the hotel. It's 11 o'clock at night, go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, 7 a.m., Kai's training. We train at 7:30. We trained 7:30. He did his cardio, worked out until noon. Then
What the?
Wait. Then I went back to the room, offloaded everything.
I just don't even want to be at the gym that long.
Yeah, no. But you know what? Also, people bother him. Like they, and I can't even say they bother him. They just
want a picture.
Yeah, because he's not bothered by it, but it's
shoot the shit.
He'll talk to them forever.
Yeah.
But it's like I have to be like, hey guys, I gotta get him to work out because he's gotta keep it moving.
Yeah.
So
and I want to sit down and eat lunch.
Yeah. So noon, get back to the hotel. No, 12:30, get back to the hotel. He's got to be at the expo at 1:32. Get to the expo, there till 6:30 at night.
It's miserable too.
Go back to the hotel. He goes back to the gym to train from 9 o'clock till 1 in the morning. And then we did that for 3 days straight. I did that Friday, Saturday.
He trained 2 times?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Sunday night, I went to the gym. We filmed him before we left. Literally left the gym with all my bags. went to the airport, 1 a.m. flight. It's 14 and a half hours back from Dubai to here. So I came home. I'm telling you, I sat on my couch.
Just
I
melted.
was like, what the fuck just happened? I didn't even feel like I went to Dubai. I was like, where did I just go? I was there for like 4 days.
But it was just so much.
I was in such a blur. I mean, it was dope. I got to film him out there. I got to see Venus's gym, which is a super cool gym out there that a lot of the pros go to. I got to see a lot of the pros that I know. I was with Victor Martinez. I got to hang out with all the guys that I know from back here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to film Ulysses, Mike O'Hearn.
I fucking love him.
It's cool. It was cool.
I love him. I met him a couple times. He's a good guy.
Super dope. Didn't have the dog with him, which I understand.
Come on.
I know, which I understand. Dubai flight.
Yeah, true.
I get it.
The Arnold. He can't just fucking take a quick little private jet.
But it was cool. It's a lot. So I tell people all the time, it's like, oh, I want to start wearing a GoPro, which I bought one. I want to start wearing a GoPro and just
like
showing
time-lapsing?
a whole day in like 10 seconds.
You should.
Of just how much I do, how much I'm running around, lens changes and editing and this and that.
Sometimes you got to let people know. Like there's days, I try to do it once a week, but on my personal Instagram, I will try to post how many clients I take. Like, and I will put a timestamp on it. Like, here's my 6 a.m. Here's my 6:45. Here's my 7:30. Here's my 8:15. Here's my 9 a.m. And like, boom, boom, back to back to back to back, all the way through to 11. Then I'll post my workout. Then I'll post my lunch. Won't post the shower because that's exclusive content. And then, then we post my 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. So people understand, like, if I'm not talking to you if I'm not texting you back right now, it's because I don't have a job that allows me to physically be in my phone all day. I'm watching someone's form. I have someone's body in my hands right now. Like, they're trusting me with their body and this weight on their back. I need to be on. I can't be in my phone. So
you don't spot one hand off and just like
imagine
scrolling.
It's like, all right, go ahead, go squat 315 real fast.
Good look. Oh,
yeah. Oh shit!
Damn. Knees is done. My bad.
Like, sorry.
My bad. I was taking a selfie.
Scrolling on fucking Instagram. Yeah, like, I don't have that kind of a job. So people get mad at me when I just don't answer them for hours. And then I still won't answer them when I get home because I'm fucking fried because I just did 13 sessions. I don't want to talk.
Well, they're under the impression that because you're posting on a social site and you haven't answered their text message yet, that you're ignoring them.
Yeah, but guess what? 15 seconds, a quick little 15 blurb of
then you answer them, and then you're going to go back and forth. It's like, I don't have time to go back and forth.
I will answer, and actually that's why I don't wear an Apple Watch anymore. Like, I just completely got rid of it. And I know you can turn the feature off to get the iMessages to your phone, but I just didn't even like having that accessibility on my hand. So
Fitbit?
It's just a Fitbit. And honestly, I just only use it for my step count.
Okay.
I don't care about the calories. I don't even link it to my phone. I just need to make sure every day I'm looking at it. Okay, I'm at 8,500 steps already today. Didn't even work out. Didn't do my cardio. Did nothing yet. Just got to make sure I get to 12K. Like, that's my goal.
12K a day?
12K a day for me. That's it.
I wonder how many I'm at right now.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, and I literally don't use it other than that. I might as well get a fucking pedometer, but they're ugly.
They are ugly.
So we'll just put this on instead. But yeah, anyway, I don't have a job that allows me to be accessible like that. So I choose to not have an Apple Watch for that reason. And if I see that someone texts me and it's a yes or no response, I'll answer. But if it's going to require a conversation, I can't answer right away. And you might even get a response the next day. Maybe not even the same day. Let's see. Where you at?
Oh, I'm trying to figure this shit out. They're giving me too many metrics. Stop giving me this many metrics,
Can you just
guys.
go on your watch?
Move. Is it on here? No, that's on calories. I could probably do it on the watch, right?
Yeah, just click your
Or is it on? Oh, I think it's on health. It's 1,000,001 fucking screens on this thing. I'm at 9,000 steps.
Nice. We're about the same.
Love that. For
Good
us.
job.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 9,000 steps. So, and then I'm still gonna go. I don't wear this during jujitsu because
Yeah, I wouldn't.
it's not awesome. Oh,
You feel it.
I feel it.
Oh, I'm hearing it. Do you know none of that is coming from so all of these are
fluid.
All of these are insertion points. There's nothing, your origin's all the way up here. So all of these problems, elbow problems, wrist problems are all coming from shoulder stuff.
Really?
Oh,
well, it's funny that you say that because this is fucking killing me. I don't know what this bone is.
Let me see.
Doesn't feel awesome.
I wonder if you have a bone spur. Does it feel raised?
I don't know.
It's a common area for people to get bone spurs up there from like overuse, but
I don't know.
Is it tender or does it hurt?
I don't know. I have pretty high pain tolerance. It
Right,
doesn't
you
feel
said
it doesn't feel awesome.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
I mean,
I'm rubbing it, so obviously it's not.
you're
like,
doing
painful.
a lot. You're doing a lot, though. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on up there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I gotta go. Well, the fascia
Myofascial
massage
release?
was great on my.
It really helped your hip?
Yeah, it did. I
Okay,
felt great
good.
that night.
I'm glad.
But then it's I'm tight again, so it's like.
Yeah, well, we also didn't do like a full sesh. I only did like 45. I tried to jump around though. You had a couple other issues that we were trying to get, but I tried to jump around for you. If you had a full sesh on just your hip, and if you came 2 weeks in a row, you'd probably be. And I'm not saying that you'd be 100%, resolved.
No, but I'd feel much better.
You'd be. Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about that because I definitely will schedule that. I need to get my rehab work done. I need to be more active in the recovery aspect.
Yeah.
I hammer, and then it's
nobody focuses on recovery.
Yeah.
And I'm even guilty of it too. Like I literally I have a whiteboard in my office at home, and I have my non-negotiables column. Things that I have to do every motherfucking day. And if I don't do it, I'm going to be pissed at myself because this is what's for me, right? I do a lot of shit for other people throughout the day. This is me. And one of the things on there is really like myofascial release. So do self-releases on myself because I can do that. There's different tools to help me do it as a myofascial release therapist. I can do that. And I don't fucking do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
I do it like 3 days a week for sure. Hands down, easy to do that often. But every day would be so much more beneficial, especially since I have the knowledge to do it. But it's hard.
It's about getting around to it. It's about having the energy to do it because
Mm-hmm.
you work on so many other people all day.
Yep.
It's the training and it's the active therapy that you're giving to people.
Yep.
It's two-headed, two-pronged, whatever. I don't know what the fuck
I don't know what that saying is.
Whatever. It's double
Sword? No, double sword's not good.
double swords. Oh my God.
We're getting there.
Yo.
Here we go. We're needing the dicks again.
Oh my
Doesn't matter
God.
what fucking podcast
Put the
I'm
sword
on.
back in the sheath. No more. Put that thing back in the sheath. Pulling that thing
I
out.
don't know why I don't like that word.
Sheath or sword?
Yeah, no, sheath. It just sounds like dirty.
When did the word sheath come about?
It sounds like
been Middle
a
Ages.
not, what is the word I'm looking for? It sounds like a not circumcised penis.
Shaft? What? Helmet? Where are you going with this? The word sheath comes from the old English chef. SCEATH, but the E has that little, in French it's accent aigu, is what they say in French, meaning a divide or a split. Like the split piece of wood which originally served as a sword's sheath. There you go.
Okay.
Not a penis.
Something new every day.
Not an uncircumcised penis.
God.
All right.
Thank God for that one.
You need to tell me about when you choke somebody out.
Okay, here we go. I think 4 years ago. Yes, we're 4 years ago. Okay, so 4 years ago, Memorial Day weekends, that's where we're at right now. It probably was the same exact day, to be honest. It was probably a Friday morning. Or a Saturday morning, maybe. I'm at Apex. I have a half full class. And I'm looking out the window, and we're on a main road. We're right on Horseblock Road. So
Same spot you're in right now.
yeah.
Okay.
Just lots of commotion, always. And I'm seeing this dude pushing his wife, like shoving her through the parking lot. There's like a residential area behind me. Came from there, shoving her across the parking lot. There's got to be like a 5 or 6 year old kid with him. And he's shoving her and he's shoving her. They're getting into an argument. They're getting closer and closer to the road. And now they're on the lawn where the sidewalk is, right before they hit the road. He gives her one big shove. She falls into oncoming traffic. She gets up and then she goes running back out at him. And as soon as I saw that, I literally stopped. My people were like, what the fuck is she doing? I booked it out there. I hopped on his back and I'm literally put him into a chokehold. And my whole, like literally all my members came flocking out. And I was like, call 911 right now. And one of them literally called 911. And the woman is like screaming at me to get off his back.
Yeah.
And the little girl is talking to my one member who's on the phone with 911. And she's like, can you call the police? I live at, and just rattled off her fucking address. Like this has happened before or something. And I'm like, this is not good. This is a woman who's getting abused, but has Stockholm syndrome because she loves him. And now they're fucking 5 or 6-year-old daughter is watching this abuse, and she's clearly watched it multiple times because she knows how to address the police when she calls 911. And I just put him in a chokehold and dropped him to the floor.
Did you put him out?
Yes.
Oh, he went out. He went
Out.
night-night.
So she's screaming at me, his inhaler's in his pocket.
Oh, fuck. Go
I'm
get it
like-
for him.
I'm like, all right, whatever. I took his inhaler out, pumping it into his fucking mouth, whatever. And he like, eyes open, eyes dilated. Man was on something. Eyes dilated like bug eyes. I'm like, okay, like he's on some kind of drug. He gets up like a fucking maniac and comes after me.
Uh-huh.
And I hopped right back on and put him into another choke. And then he goes into his pocket, grabs something. It was a pen and tries to stab my leg. But by the time that like he went to go stab my leg, he was like pretty much out
He
again.
was out again.
And he just drew on my leg. And then on the floor. And here comes the police. And they got to make a left-hand turn into my parking lot. Directional. Sitting there. I'm on this motherfucker's back, and this cop is just sitting there waiting to make a left. Put your fucking sirens on, make the left, and help me the fuck out, sir. And he gets,
Do I have to put him out again?
I did.
3 times?
3.
God damn.
3 fucking times. And then like, whatever, they come, ambulance comes, police officer's like, we need you to fill out a report. And the woman's like, I don't want to fill anything out. I don't want him to go to the hospital. I just want to take him home. Bitch, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Because I just saved you. You almost died, and your daughter almost watched you die if a car hit you in the middle of fucking Horse Block Road. And then, like, whatever. Everything was done. We walked back in. My members follow me in. I'm like, all right, guys, let's go. They're like,
All right, guys, we're doing glute bridges
They're
on
like-
3.
they were like, you don't want to take a second? I'm like, I'm going to go splash some water on my face, like wash my hands, because we were just rolling around in the fucking dirt, basically. But I'll be right back. You guys do your warm-up.
Awesome.
And then we just got to it. And now everyone will always tell that story all the time.
Wow, just put him out 3 times. That's my
3
favorite
times.
part.
3
You
times.
sunk it deep. Got him like this.
Yeah,
you
just-
got to sink him deep.
Yeah.
You got to get it. You got to grab your own bicep. That's
I
the
do.
key. Yeah,
Yep.
and then the back of the head. And then it's
Oh, no,
over.
I didn't do the back of the head.
Yeah, then it's over.
Oh, I
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I didn't do the back of the
I
head.
always thought it was like this and like that's it. And then you just
Yeah.
squeeze and turn.
Uh-huh.
No, you got to go.
Okay, under.
Grab your own. You grab your own bicep and then
you
back of
hand
the
goes-
head. Can't get out of that shit. It's over. Like he'll be out in like
but
3 seconds.
Okay, but like, question, because I was a little concerned the 3rd time.
You can kill somebody.
Yeah.
You can kill somebody.
I was like, this is the 3rd fucking time this man's out.
Yeah, as long as you're, from what I understand,
I didn't hold him. As soon as I felt him go limp, I'm like, all right. And I like
everybody, this isn't medical advice. Can't be held accountable if you're going to choke people out on Memorial Day weekend with us. To my knowledge, if you hold, from what they've told me at class, if you hold past like the 8 to 10 second mark, we're getting to death now. Like that's as long as if you're cutting off the carotid arteries, like if you hold it too long, that's it.
8 to 10 seconds after they go limp.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I would say that that's probably the best.
Okay, because like as soon as I felt him like
go.
not be able to like fight back.
Honestly, because your
I
fight or
just
flight
like-
was on, your stress response was triggered when you were
Yeah.
on his back. You probably didn't even realize he was probably out quick. He was probably out in like 4 or 5 seconds.
So I could have killed him.
Probably. You could have killed him pretty easily. It doesn't
Don't
take
fuck with me.
doesn't take that much. I mean, they taught us some cool shit last night, and I had to have there was a girl that was joining,
Mm-hmm.
and Matt Sarah. He goes, Rizzles, get over here. He goes, Coach Nick. I'm like, Coach Nick, I've only been doing it a month. My joints hurt. He goes, Coach Nick, come over here. He's like, she's taking the class. Do you mind just letting her practice, what we're doing? I go, yeah, sure. So she didn't have a gi on, so I can't do the moves with her.
Okay.
But we were practicing a choke where if you're in side control, like someone's laying down on the ground, you basically go under their arm, grab the back of their gi, the top of the gi.
Okay. And you use it to choke it?
And the other hand comes across their neck. So you're like this, and you sink into like just the collar right here.
Okay.
And you grab it like this. So you're now like this, and you
Hold.
almost like you're doing a fishing rod.
Uh-huh.
You do this, that comes down on the neck, and then you put your elbow to the floor. That's it. She did it twice to
So
me.
it's like a gi chokehold.
She did it twice to me. I was like,
Whoa, okay,
Yeah.
bitch.
yeah, well, I'm laying there. I'm like, yeah, go for it. But then I tapped, and she didn't know that because it's her first class.
Oh my God, stop
She didn't
it.
know that. I went, you gotta let go. I was like, I'm seeing stars. You gotta let go.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of very interesting ways that you can go about that. That's why this is so.
Wait, so if you see stars, because you've experienced this before, clearly. If you see stars, how long after do you think till you?
I mean, if someone's really choking you, I mean, I haven't been, I don't want to be, to get passed out, but all the footage that I've seen, it's very quick, like very quick. It's within a couple of seconds after that.
You're gonna have to you're gonna have to edit this part out because I need to tell you this because it's fucking hilarious.
Don't tell me. I can't edit it out. Don't tell me.
You can't?
No, I like keeping it raw. Pause. Tell me after. Write it down. Write it down in a journal or something. I don't know.
Write it down in a journal.
I don't know. I keep a journal with me. It's not with me right now though, so I don't look like I'm on top of my game. Hold on.
I'm really curious about this.
Oh, ready? Watch. I'll show you. Competition.
You know how many times I could have killed somebody?
Probably. Goddamn. Relax. We know you're strong. 17-year-old white belt.
I'm not trying to brag right now. I'm
baseball bat choke. So this is like
I'm
another.
like scared.
This is another choke. Oh my god, we're gonna get flagged for Metallica now. That's it. It's over for us. How long is this video? Come on, bro. Just choke him out already. I don't have time to be waiting for this.
Have you ever seen that video of making fun of jiu-jitsu people?
Okay, so he's got him in the choke right now. Ready? He's got him in the choke right. Wait. Right now, he's probably feeling it. Wait for the legs.
Oh, there was.
He's out. Stop holding him. He's out.
But he wasn't out.
Yeah.
Oh, he is out. He's out.
Yeah.
So they have to raise his feet above.
Raise the legs, get the blood back to the head.
Yep.
Whoa. Quick. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
So he could have died just now.
I mean, if you hold it longer than that, you're cutting off the carotid arteries going to the brain.
I know. I'm just like fucking mind blown right now that people do this for fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
People do this for fun. Because let me just fucking risk my life real quick. 1 second.
I'll tell you why.
Die in a robe.
Okay. A robe. That's a fly robe. That thing is sick. I bought the American-made ones. Origin. Send the check. Don't even send the check. Send an extra gi. I love those things. They're like bathrobes.
Do you have to have a specific color?
No.
So you could have like a neon yellow if you wanted.
Fuck yeah.
I fucking love that.
I ordered some crazy spats.
You should get one that matches the hat.
I should. This is my peach emoji hat.
Wow. I love that.
A peach emoji hat. Yeah. Yeah, you can get whatever color you want. I like there's the black one that I have, which is the Jocko Willink, the Navy SEAL. No, you've probably seen him before. He's a motivational guy. He does a lot of, you've probably seen him before.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I'll show you Jocko. Jocko's
I feel like you always throw these names out. I'm fucking horrible with names.
Nah, you good. I'm saying you've definitely seen him. And if not, I got to show you a video because he's wild.
Okay.
He's the one that gets up, take a picture of his watch every morning at 4:30.
I feel like you showed me him.
Yeah. This dude?
Is he
ex-Navy SEAL.
Is he the one that has the normal job that runs like
No,
80
Cameron
miles?
Haynes.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, you've definitely seen him before.
Yeah.
So he wanted to bring
He
back.
just looks like a bad motherfucker, that guy.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Navy SEAL.
He looked like he could be a villain.
Talks about some bad shit. Like
really?
He's a very serious dude, but he's so awesome because he's pro-America. He's pro bringing industry back to America. So he partnered up with Origin in Maine, and now they make American-made jeans, boots, gis, clothing. Just they do the textiles. Everything is there because all of the gis otherwise are made in Pakistan. So even though they're different, they're all different.
Yeah.
It's the same spot making the same gis. So they're just branded differently.
Okay.
So he wanted to bring all of that in there. So I have a black one that's the one that he collaborated on mainly, and it's got his sayings on it. On the arm, it says discipline equals freedom. On the back, it says get after it with a period. And then it's just very, just get after it. So I got that one. I got the white one, and it's got the Origin logo in purple. I love purple, the color. It's got like the Origin logo in like purple with the little shell.
You're like purple, the color.
Love
I don't
purple.
know
It's in my original Rizzles production logo.
What the fuck else is purple?
Yeah, I know.
Purple, the color.
The purple color. The color. The Grimace, right? Is that the purple dude from McDonald's? Grimace or something like that?
No, isn't that
the eggplant looking motherfucker? What's his name?
Is he purple?
Yeah. Is he not? Oh.
I don't know why I'm getting like pictures of Barney in my head.
Grimace?
He has nothing to do with McDonald's.
Yeah, he is purple.
Oh my God, yes.
Creepy.
He looks like a gumdrop.
Hate him. Super creepy. Damn, Grimace took a cycle. Crazy. Jack Grimace.
And McDonald's looks like a fucking meth head.
I mean, be like that sometimes.
He looks
Sometimes it goes low, when people stop wanting seed oils,
Oh my God.
you're out of a job.
Do you know that's some shit? Seed oils.
Yes.
Like you read, Trader Joe's. I literally have I get these dark chocolate, like Reese's cup things. You know what I'm talking
Oh,
about?
I know the peanut butter
First
cups.
fucking ingredient. Sunflower seed
Sunflower
oil.
oil. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you're supposed to be healthy.
Nope.
Come on,
cheap.
Joe.
Come on, Joe.
You're a fucking traitor.
Come on, Trader. Joseph. Yeah, it's just the food industry as a whole is just insanity of what they allow into the foods and what they just Lidl and
Lidl. Is that
yes,
how you pronounce that?
I guess.
I
I
call
don't
it little.
yeah, the Germans made fun of me when I called it Lidl out there.
Little.
Yeah.
Lidl. It's
They
called.
said no, it's Lidl. So
Okay, good to know.
Lidl and what's the other one?
Aldi.
Aldi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They, from what I understand, don't allow that in the grocery stores. If you look through some of their junkier food products,
Okay.
you look at the ingredients, whereas a regular Stop and Shop would have the same product, but it has red 50 or red 40, whatever is in there. They don't have it.
No fucking shot. There's Pop-Tarts in there.
Check.
Aldi sells Pop-Tarts, and I know Pop-Tarts have some shit
Well,
in
from what I
them.
understand, Pop-Tarts are banned
Everywhere
in the
else.
UK. Yeah.
No, like literally everywhere else except for
Yeah.
here.
But, fitness thing on TikTok is to eat a Pop-Tart post-workout or if it's your macro
Yeah.
cult. And then
I used to eat a Pop-Tart back when I competed. That was my thing. Brown sugar, cinnamon Pop-Tart before every lift.
you didn't eat that one.
That's the best fucking one.
Oh my God. No, it's not.
It is.
We're going to put a poll down below for a clip like
That's
this.
the best one.
No, it's not. She is just delusional.
What is your favorite?
What's my favorite?
Go ahead.
Hot fudge sundae. Oh, yeah.
It's not a favorite, but you have to put it in the toaster.
The hot fudge sundae?
Yes.
No, cold everything. I don't eat the Pop-Tarts warm. Cold. This is when I ate
You
Pop-Tarts.
put them in the fridge cold or like
No.
like
room
room
temperature.
temp.
Room
Okay,
temp.
okay.
Yeah. I'm freezing them. Imagine. Like you go over a guy's house and he's just like,
I'm in the fridge.
You wanna,
The fuck are the Pop-Tarts doing in here?
fuck do you have this? Well, it's that hot fudge sundae. So I just figured I'd keep it in there. It's like, no, dummy. It's like, yeah, dumbass.
That's not the best one.
Yes, it is.
Okay, second best.
Yeah, we're going to the list.
You have a Pop-Tart list in your...
Google has one. I should just ask AI. Best Pop-Tarts.
That shit's scary.
Best Pop-Tarts. Should I ask AI?
Ask it. You have like how
Best selling Pop-Tarts.
What exactly is it? AI.
what
like
is-
what is it? An app?
It's artificial intelligence.
No, I know, but is there an app associated with it? I never
Yeah,
used it before.
chat dot what is it? Chat.open.ai.
Okay.
Oh no, chat.openai.com.
Okay. Chat.
Why are you saying it like that? As if it could hear you?
Like Alexa.
Oh my God. Chat? Imagine it just went, yeah? What do you want? I was taking my coffee break. What are the best selling Pop-Tarts?
I thought you just talked to it like Siri.
Yeah, you just vote me? Oh, I'm trying to do for the audio listeners.
I thought that's what AI was.
As an AI, I don't have access to real-time sales. Sick. However, hold on. The popularity and best-selling flavors of Pop-Tarts may vary over time and across different regions. Some of the popular flavors,
Are?
as of my knowledge, strawberry. They're giving me all the basic ones. Brown sugar, cinnamon,
Fuck yes.
s'mores.
You are wrong.
S'mores is fire.
S'mores is
S'mores is fire.
That you have to put in the toaster.
Frosted blueberry.
I like
frosted
blueberry. Ew! Oh my God! My parents used to get like the big pack at Costco.
Wait a
it was strawberry, brown sugar, cinnamon, and the cherry. I threw the cherry out.
No.
Threw it out.
Did you know that there's a common correlation with communists and not liking cherry Pop-Tarts? That's you. You're a communist now. Cookies and cream is number 6. So cookies and cream's all right. Yeah, I'm not giving you the brown sugar. I'm just not doing it.
Okay, we're gonna put the poll up. Put the poll.
Best selling Pop-Tart.
AI fucking
flavors.
sucks. They were just born. They don't count. They haven't been around enough.
Just 16 of the most popular Pop-Tart flavors. 16. Just give me fucking 5. Why do I gotta have 16?
Why are we on AI? Just Siri.
Blueberry.
That's number 1?
I don't think this is in order. Blueberry s'mores, brown sugar cinnamon. Brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts remind me of a fall in a toaster pastry shell. If you're craving a tasty fall dessert, these can satisfy your craving in a pinch. And they
Okay.
spelled your wrong, and that really bothered me.
And
So I
this is
can't-
supposed to be AI.
This is an AI. No, this is an AI.
Oh, I'm like, come
a website.
on.
No, this is a human being an idiot again. Cherry. Don't make a face.
Do you know what's funny though?
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Do you know what's funny though?
What's funny?
I haven't heard hot fudge sundae on there once. So,
The list has been small. Hold on, let me see. Chocolate chip cookie dough.
so
Cookies and cream. Cookies and cream really just making strawberry twice? Goddamn.
2 strawberries.
Unfrosted strawberry. Who
Who the fuck
is
likes
eating
unfrosted? What the fuck? That's a communist.
Oh, that I'll agree with.
What?
Soviet Russia era.
First of all, who the fuck created that one? Why was it even created?
Nazis. That's who
like
created
the
it.
vanilla Oreos. Why were those created? The golden ones.
Oh, the golden ones.
They suck.
You don't like the golden ones?
No, you like the golden Oreos?
My favorite. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little coil.
Those are your favorites?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No, no, no.
Good.
I'm a mega stuffed man.
Same. Tell me they're completely fucking useless.
No, they're not bad.
I feel like just Oreo tarnished their brand by taking that on. And
That was it. That was the strike. Wild berry, chocolate chip,
And-
chocolate fudge. Is that the one?
No, hot fudge sundae.
Cinnamon roll. Okay.
And no
hot fudge
hot
sundae.
fudge-
Hot fudge sundae. I
Number
love hot fudge.
25 on the list. Hot fudge sundae.
it's like
Here's
number-
your participation
I
trophy.
think it's number 15.
15.
Raspberry. I don't know.
I never even had a raspberry one.
Strawberry milkshake.
That's one?
Yep.
Okay.
Unfrosted blueberry.
Again, with the unfrosted.
They want to save
I
the
can't
calories.
Understand it.
13th on the list is hot fudge sundae. But this is,
Do you like frosted mini wheats?
are we talking about like,
Cereal.
are we talking about pre-seed oil hating Nick? Before I ate before I purged all these things out of my diet?
Like was
Frosted mini wheats. I fucks with frosted mini wheats,
Yeah.
but I really like that frosted side.
You have to put frosted down on the tongue.
Wait a minute.
Like when you eat it.
You're taking into account as you put the spoon in your mouth of where the frosted is going to be positioned.
Yeah, it needs to be. It needs to be down.
It's a lot of
on the
work.
tongue. No, it's really not. You only eat one frosted mini wheat per spoon, right?
How big are these fucking things?
What? A
They're
frosted-
mini wheats. They're
Yeah.
little.
They're like this big.
How big is your spoon? How tiny is that? What are you eating? Are you using miniature spoons at your house? Who bought your silverware?
And then he actually uses miniature spoons.
No, he doesn't.
I swear, he does because it lasts longer. Whatever you're eating lasts longer when you have a
Oh.
smaller spoon.
Okay, so
I think that's some PTSD from prep.
so this isn't an issue with the actual mini wheat size. This is an issue with y'all guys' silverware. Wow. All right, so we're taking donations to Bed Bath and Beyond, which they're actually closing out. So
Clearance.
not Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't even fucking
Home
know.
Goods.
West Elm Home Goods. We're taking gift cards to get them some new silverware because obviously, wow.
But that's how you eat a mini wheat.
No, it's not.
Frosted side down when you put it in your mouth.
Are you using regular milk or almond milk?
Almond.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Regular milk skeeves me out.
It smells weird. Even when when it's good, it smells bad.
I drank the chocolate milk from Fairlife recently.
Fuck them.
I heard they fuck with the cows,
They
don't
fuck
they?
with those cows. Have you ever seen that shit?
No, don't show it to me.
Don't look it up.
Don't show it to me.
I'm not gonna. I don't even want to pull it up. Honestly.
Oh God, I drank the
It's
chocolate.
horrid.
I only bought it once, but then I saw on the back of it, it just had every ingredient that I just didn't want to consume in a product, and I said, all right, I'm good on that.
Bye.
It's not worth it for me.
It's almost impossible though. In America,
Isn't that scary?
it's almost impossible to eat without consuming something that's shitty for you.
yeah.
It's like rain. There's nothing bad in this, but some energy drinks. Okay, some energy drinks. There's shit in them.
Yeah.
And I'm not even just talking energy drinks. Literally anything. You know, like even some of these regular like health supplement products, there's just a bunch of filler shit in them. And you're like, I don't need to consume this.
So I went. I get a lot of free supplements just from knowing people and being in the industry. Now that I've been taking into account more of the stuff that I don't want to consume, I mean, there are supplement brands that we know that I'm not going to name that have Red 40 in them.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm-
that's directly linked to cancer.
And I'm
right?
like, why are you guys putting that in there?
yeah, there's
that's-
no fucking need.
This is why drink it. I've been eyeing this down. I'm not even gonna lie.
What is it? A
It's
protein shake?
shake.
Oh,
but it's
okay.
from Jocko's company,
Oh.
sweetened with monk fruit.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. It's
No
not.
artificial sweeteners.
Nope.
Yep.
It's not difficult to do that.
It's not.
And you're a multi-billion
And,
dollar
like,
company, and even
I'm
smaller
sure
companies.
most people would pay $1 or $2 extra for a product
Yes.
if it was filled with the right shit, not the wrong shit.
Yep.
I would. I mean, hell, I pay extra for fucking alkaline water every month.
We pay extra for organic.
Oh yeah.
I pay extra to have my meat shipped to
mean-
me because I don't want the shit that's in the grocery stores
Yeah,
anymore.
it's so bad.
How much? What do you think the difference in price is between aspartame and monk fruit? I'm curious. Like on, I don't know. Just like on a buying
Like if you were to buy a
to sweeten
5
it.
thing of protein,
sweeten
like
it.
a 5-pound thing of protein. Like I don't know on what scale are we talking here?
So I'm thinking.
serving?
I know. I'm like thinking out loud. I'm thinking on a terms of like if I'm a supplement company and I want to sweeten my
5-pound
Product.
tub of protein.
5-pound tub of protein, but I'm going to need obviously a 10-pound tub of the sweetener.
Mhm.
So let's say a 10-pound tub of monk fruit. I don't even know if it comes in 10-pound tubs.
Who knows?
I mean, I assume it did. You could buy it in bulk. Bulk monk fruit. What? Like bulk monk fruit sweetener, 10-pound Dolce Superfoods. I don't even know what the fuck this is. All right, but they're saying $1,100 for a
$1,100?
10-pound tub.
That's a lot. But like you don't need 10 pounds to fill. Like I wonder how much they use in like a 5-pound tub of protein to make it a little bit
Probably
sweet.
not that much.
No.
So that would probably last a good amount. I mean,
And like
on a
5-pound
small scale.
5-pound tubs of protein are like $80+ these days.
Do you remember when they were $30?
Yep.
$30.
Yeah.
And that seemed like a lot. You're
Mhm.
like, oh, $30 for a pro. And now it's like the just for a 30-day supply, it's $60, $50.
Crazy. That's why I just don't drink protein anymore. I just eat my protein.
How much is this? What is this? 50 grams. Yo, they're not making this easy. So
Maybe that's why people don't do it
oh my
because it's
God,
not fucking easy.
exhausted.
If it was just simple, they would do it.
The acceptable daily intake of aspartame is 50 milligrams of body weight per day.
50 milligrams of body weight per day. What the fuck does that mean?
Just what? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm really going down the rabbit hole. What is this? 2 a.m.? I feel like I'm just scrolling right now. The acceptable daily intake of aspartame is 50 milligrams
Per pound?
per kilogram of body weight per day.
This is from Europe.
That's a lot of aspartame. 50 milligrams per kilogram of pound of body weight per day. So let's
Kilogram's 2.2
2.2.
pounds.
Okay. So here, let's do this. 205 times 2.2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I weigh 451 kilograms.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like double.
Hated seeing that.
$400.
God damn. So 451. So then that would be 451 times. Yo, if I sound like an idiot on this, guys, I'm sorry. Math and me, we ain't mathin'. 451 times 50 because it's milligrams. So that would be 22,550 milligrams. But what is that in grams? Because 1,000 milligrams or 1,200 milligrams is a gram.
You're asking the wrong person about that one.
Oh my God. 22. I'm here though now. And now I gotta just finish this. 22. I
gotta finish making this fucking supplement right now.
2,550 milligrams to grams. Is this gonna work out the way I think it is? Okay. So they're saying, if the math was mathin', that's what the kids say. They're saying my tolerance per day at my body weight would be about 22.55 grams of artificial sweetener.
What?
That's
That's kind of a lot.
That's what I'm gathering from that. If they're saying that you can have
22
acceptable daily intake of aspartame is 50 milligrams per kilogram of body weight per day.
22 grams is a lot, though.
It's a lot.
Like I'm trying to think of like rice-wise. Like I think
Actually, is it a lot?
it's a lot. Like I'm just thinking, I think 72 grams of rice is a half a cup
72 grams?
of rice. I'm almost positive is a half a cup. So it's like a fourth of
64 grams. Close.
okay, 64.
64
So
grams
it's like,
or 2.25
okay,
ounces.
so it's almost like a fourth of a cup. So literally take a fourth a cup and scoop an artificial sweetener and then just like pour it
Ugh.
in.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, me too. Fuck that.
I'm good on that. It's a good way to segue, though, into what got you into fitness.
What got me into fitness? Breakup.
Wow. Welcome to the dark side. Yeah.
No, that's not
All
it.
of us, imagine.
That's what got me into competing, actually. But what got me into fitness was my track coach, my high school track coach. I was an athlete my whole life. And then I decided to make hurdles. Can you see me as a hurdler? Like
Hurdler.
a hurdler.
That's when you guys do like the running and you jump over those
The hurdle.
stations.
Yeah.
Hurdle.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's what I was. And I needed more powerful legs. I needed just strength, period. So my track coach had to stay after and go into the weight room and he taught us all these things. And that's kind of what sparked me getting into the gym,
That's awesome.
the weights, because I was always like a cardio bunny. I'd go to like LA Fitness and sit there for 40 minutes and hate it.
That's the first step for a lot of especially females.
Yep.
It's the first step into it. I don't know if it's because the weights are intimidating or they just don't know the direction to go in.
I
but
think that's what it is.
I
But
think
you
they just
also
go right to the
think-
cardio. I don't want to speak on because I don't know that side of it.
I mean, I think now, like this era is different. I think that cardio is like not something that people go to, but like our age group and older associated cardio with losing weight.
Mhm.
So I think that was the way that people entered the gym initially, is going straight to a cardio machine and not even touching the weights. But now I feel like the stigma's kind of shifted a little bit. People understand that you need to lift heavier weights to get the results that you want, and you burn more lifting a heavier weight than you do if you're running an hour on a treadmill. So that's what got me into my fitness journey. And then started lifting with a bunch of dudes, actually. I started working at a bar, and my coworker was like, yeah, come to the gym with me. I'm like, all right. So I go to his gym, and I met like 4 of his friends. I was the only girl. That's where I met Anthony. And I was the only girl, and I lifted like 4 dudes for a couple years, and that's where I pretty much learned everything. They convinced me into prepping for a bodybuilding show when my relationship ended, and then I kind of just got with Anthony, and we both competed, and now here I am.
And you
know?
realize that just wasn't the life that you wanted or to continue.
Absolutely not. And you know what?
Definitely, because since I've known you, you've shifted away from that and you've been
Yeah.
more on the side of, like you were talking about and preaching about earlier, more reserved and taking the rest that you need. And
Oh,
you don't have to
yes.
hammer it every single day.
Not every single day at all. Like I work out 4 days a week.
What was that transition like for you mentally to get to that point? Because obviously after competing, we said you're fucked up a little
That
bit
was
in the head.
that was the worst part for me.
Yeah.
Was looking at myself in the mirror and being like, "Oh my God, you're fat." And it's like, no, the fuck, you're not. Like, not even a little bit. Just because I'm not, 6% body fat anymore. I don't think I ever was that low, but I think I was like 10 or something like that because I lost my period. And when women drop below 12%, they lose their period. So
Crazy
I
what
lo-
you guys go through.
yeah, it was bad. I lost it for 3 months. It
That's
was
scary.
Yeah. And I wasn't on birth control, nothing. Like it just was from low body fat percentage. But yeah, like having to look in the mirror every single day and be like, I need to get used to looking this way because I'm never going to be walking around at 10%, 10, 11, 12% body fat ever again. I don't want to be. It wasn't good for my mental. It wasn't good for my body, nothing. So that was the hardest part. And then also, like I said earlier, I had quit my job. So trying to find a career path to take was difficult after. I was like, what the fuck do I do? And I knew I loved fitness and I wanted to stay in that realm. So I went to BOCES and I became a trainer. And then I did that for 4 years, I think 4 years. And then I got the opportunity to open up my first gym, did that.
So let me pivot. So instead of just being a trainer, you opted to actually open up a facility.
Someone came
which is
to me with an
very
opportunity.
scary.
Oh yeah, I was 23. I was 23 years old, and someone was like, "Hey, I'm opening a gym. You have a great following. I think you're gonna align with what we're doing. Would you like in?" I'm like, "Yeah." There was 4 of us. Like I was one of 4. A lot of people, a lot of just a lot of opinions throwing around. Didn't really know them too well. And the partnership kind of just failed. I had to walk back to the other gym that I was training at prior to that with my tail between my legs and be like, hey, I got to come back. And then I stayed there for another year. And then I had the opportunity to open up Apex, found a space, and here we are.
And so on the business side of things, what were some of the hurdles that you had to go, literally hurdles? What were some of the hurdles that you had to kind of go through and jump over that some people don't understand on the front side of things? Because they think that it's probably just smooth. Hey, I opened my business up and everything's great and I got my clients and this and that. And it's like, nah, it's not all sunshines.
No.
Every entrepreneur goes through some crazy trials and tribulations, and it's very difficult.
It's like, and I can't even, to be completely honest, there's so many of them, I can't even get into all of them. There's one every fucking day. Even when your business is up and running, there's something that's always happening that you're like, and it's not catastrophic, but it's something that's like not running smoothly, and you have to deal with it because you signed up for this.
Yep.
So some of the shit was one of the biggest things for me being a woman, and I've spoke about this on a different podcast before, was the dynamic with a male real estate agent, a male landlord, an older male. So that kind of, that weird dynamic, that them not understand, it's almost like chauvinistic-y kind of. Yeah. It's like they don't, I'm young. I probably look younger than I actually am too. So I'm young, I'm a woman, and I'm doing it alone.
Yeah.
So they just take full advantage however they want, whether it's talking down to me, trying to raise rent. My landlord tried to raise my rent 13% this year. Where the fuck do you get off raising it 13%, dude? Unheard of.
When people aren't even renting space out.
Yeah. I'm like 13.
Everyone's downsizing.
I'm like, I'm a good fucking tenant. Why are you punishing me? I've never been late on my rent ever. I'm only putting money into this business and growing it bigger. Like, don't push me out because I'll fucking leave. And like, because they have that, because there are a lot of men in the business, a lot of business owners and real estate owners are men. And it's very difficult for them, an older men, it's very difficult for them to wrap their head around a successful woman entrepreneur who demands equal respect. So that was one of the biggest things I think for me to do, because I'm a hothead, or I was a hothead, really bad. And I reacted all the time to this. And it would just tarnish my relationships with these types of people. So I think that was a huge thing. And then obviously there's staffing, there's just building things, period. Like I built Apex, all of it by myself. I did not hire somebody to come in and do it. I painted, I put the wall together, I put all the equipment together, I laid the mats. Everything's been done by me. The only time I ever had somebody come in was last year to paint, because I'm like, I'm fucking done painting this place.
Yeah, I'll happily pay somebody to do that.
Yeah. So, but like other than that, I don't pay anybody to do any of the work. I do it all. So that's difficult, obviously, as well. It's not my line of work, putting shit together, putting machines together, but you figure it out. And then staffing's hard, putting the right systems in place so that everybody's kind of being trained the right way, ringing things in the right way, conducting themselves the right way, representing the brand the right way, and it all just kind of flows in unison. Otherwise, it's just a shit show and everyone's doing their own thing and there's no community and there's no brand. So that's difficult. It's something I'm still working on also. And I think that any entrepreneur should always be working on making their brand better and making their people better and the people who represent their brand better. So that's a huge challenge in itself, because you have all of these individuals who want to be individuals, but you are like, hey, you're under my roof and I'm a approachable person, and I would hope I'm a likable person, and I try to be cool with everybody, respect me and I respect you, and that's it. And it's really hard to get that, what's the word I'm looking for? But you have to always show that sense of authority above these people without being that like, I'm your fucking boss.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be that way. Mm-hmm. I want people to respect me and not be scared of me.
But you also don't want people to walk all over you.
Exactly.
And there's a fine line.
A very fine line, especially in this field where it's so easy. People think it is, but it's so easy for trainers to go off and do their own thing, whether it be online, open up their own place. That's not easy, but people find a way to do it.
It is easy and it's not. That's the thing. It
easy.
Looks easy.
It's easy, like going back to when I was telling you about the E-Myth. It's easy when you know what to do. When you're like, I'm the trainer, I'm the technician. It's easy opening up the own place and doing all of the work. But when you're sick you're not getting paid.
Nope.
But when you want to go away, you're not getting paid.
Nope.
If you want to go travel for 2 weeks to Europe, but you got to pay rent still, it's like, fuck, like you don't have people working for you. So like, yeah, it seems easy initially, but then to scale it is impossible to do on your own. It's physically impossible. There's only so many hours in the day and you only have so much energy.
Yep.
So
Couldn't agree more.
those are definitely some of the things that I've faced. And comparison's a huge one too. Like I think any business owner at all, but like me and my field, there's so many of these places that pop up. You're competing with large corporate gyms that offer classes and personal training there and have the volume of people walking through their door. But then you're also dealing with the other little franchisee places like F45, Orange Theory, all of these places. And it's hard to try to stick to your roots. You know, like I always try to be like, okay, like I see these places growing faster than me. Why did they just open and they have fucking full classes? And like I beat myself up sometimes, but I'm like, you know what? I preach a certain thing here and I only want a certain clientele here. I don't care to have every class on a wait list the whole week. I don't care to do it because I don't have a relationship with half those people and half those people don't fit into the community that I'm trying to build. And that's that. So
Balance.
I hope that answered your
balance. No, it did. It did. It's tough. Everyone that owns their own business, everyone that starts their own thing, whatever that thing is, you go through a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of not only self-doubt that you have to fight through and limiting beliefs and comparison being the thief of joy. I love that saying. I really do, because it's so true.
Is.
You know, you have to actually be able to offer the service or whatever you're doing, which is why you got into business.
Yep.
And you have to do it efficiently.
You got to stick to your why. That's important
Exactly.
as fuck.
Stick to the why. And you have to be able to keep those roots, because why somebody goes to you versus another spot, there's a reason.
Yeah.
They like you.
Oh,
they enjoy
I call it personal training for a reason.
Yeah.
No one's me. No one's you. They want me because they personally want to train with me. They want to train with me because they want the same look as me. They like my energy. They like the way I motivate them. They like the program that I put them through, my style of training. But that's me. It's not you.
Yep.
So you have to like constantly bring it back to that. And it's a never-ending battle in your head. You have to just know how to loop it back to being like, okay, but I am me and no one can replicate me. And I know what I'm doing in this field and they might not know that. Or people fake it till they make it too. And you have to understand that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
There's a lot of those.
There's a lot of those. In every industry, there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
That goes to like my relationship with Meadows, John Meadows. I bring up John a lot.
Mm-hmm.
John was super fucking dope.
Yeah.
He's an amazing human being. And I was a huge fan in 2012. I saw how everybody else trained. I saw the look that everybody else had. I saw the people that were attracted to John and his training and the success that followed. And I said, I really like this dude. He's got good energy. He's got good. I could have bought 1,000,001 different programs. I could have trained with Sadiq at Bev's.
Yeah.
I could train. It's nothing against anybody else. It's just, it didn't fit.
That's who you got drawn to him.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I'm trying to like replicate. Exactly what you said. Personal, like this is the person that emulated exactly what I liked personally, just as a human being, and his training is savage. And I love that. So it's just, you attach yourself to these things and you have to remind yourself, stick to what makes you an individual.
Yeah.
Because when you start doing all the things that everybody else is doing,
you get lost.
You're lost in the sheep.
Yeah.
You're
and
just,
you
like
just
lost in everybody doing the same shit.
You need to just stay true to your most authentic self. Otherwise, people see through it.
Yeah. It was like the videos for a long time, the videos with me, like the stuff that I would do. You start looking at how other people are shooting videos. You look at how other people are editing videos and you go, yeah, that's Poppy. And they all rip off the same people. They rip off the same style. That's why every fucking reel looks the same.
Yep.
Everything that you see in a gym, it's a whip pan, it's a slow motion to it's a fast motion to slow, and then back to fast. Yep. And then the next scene, it's like, oh my God, bro, dude, do any of you guys do anything different? So like for me, you get caught up in that though, with comparison. You're like, well, is that what's attractive now? Is that what people want in their edits?
That's like what it is for fucking filming workout videos. It's like, if I don't have my ass as the fucking focal point, am I gonna get likes? And it's like, I got other things, man. My face ain't that bad. Like, come on. I don't know. Like, I worked hard for my ass, and so have all these other girls. But is that really what's gonna make me different from everyone else? No, it's going to make
Shoulder
me the fucking
day.
same.
Shoulder day. It's like, what's shoulders down there?
What?
I must not know the anatomy. That's
Well,
crazy.
I'm gonna vouch for some people out there, including myself. I want to film my stuff because I have a following and this is what I do for a living and I want to educate and I want to be able to share my workouts because people want them, right? That's why they followed me to begin with. I don't have someone that follows me around. And I'm not going to be someone that sets up a motherfucking tripod in the middle of the gym.
Oh, good
so I'm going to
times.
set up my phone leaning up against my Rain energy drink. And yeah, it's going to come from that angle.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that it's shoulder day and you're looking at my ass crack, but
No. It's
I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
no. It's not the dig like that at you. It's like it's the people that lean into it.
Oh no. plenty of
Literally
people.
lean into it.
Mhm.
And as I don't know, are we that far as a society that women think that that's the best way to market themselves at everything that they do?
I don't know if it's about marketing as it is about people want to feel important
Attention.
and they want more followers. They want the blue check. They want the
I pay for my blue check, $15 a month.
People
Sold.
do it.
Sold. I paid for it.
yeah.
Done. Blue check ain't that important.
No, I didn't. Honestly, I contemplated doing it. And then I was like, you know what? Literally, it had nothing to do with me feeling more important on Instagram or not, or feeling like I was someone or not. It literally just had everything to do with the fact that I didn't feel like spending another $15 on something every month.
Yep. I may cancel it, but I'll tell you the reason I did it. The reason I purchased the blue check was because they promised
To be in the algorithm more.
to more engagement.
Yes.
Haven't really seen it yet.
And I'm sure you won't because what they realized and
They want me to be a slave to the app as well.
If you
they
think
want me to
about it,
post.
If you think about it, it's you're downloading the app for free. You know those apps where you download it for free and then you get like 2 free days and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's $4.95 a month if you want to keep using this. That's what Instagram did.
Yep.
It's like you want to be relevant and have your shit get out there and get some kind of exposure because that's what your business is on. It's the platform your business is on. It's like, pay us.
Mhm.
Pay us and we'll help you out.
Yep.
Why? It's so fucking shitty that's the world that we live in. And then, yeah, you have to like kind of mold and do what everyone else is doing. It's just
well,
even
if I
be
want my reels to
noticed.
go viral, not only do I have to use the same audio, but I have to use the same effects. They all use the same sound effects. The same. How many times you hear the little like like it's super silent,
Yes.
high pitched? Yeah, because they all these fitness people do the fucking same thing.
It's all this, all this
all
the trending
the same.
audio. I can't like.
When I work with clients, I tell them all the time. I say, and this is very important, good information for everybody. It's like, don't get caught up in the trends. Don't get caught up in that shit. Do what makes you different.
Mhm.
Showcase why you're different.
Yep.
Why is your supplement brand different? Why is your drink different? Play into that because that's really in the long term building a reputation and building actual brand notoriety with your fan base and your people that want to purchase these things. You have to be able to show why
Genuine.
you're not like every other protein powder, every other energy drink. Why are you different?
the why? What's
Yeah.
your why?
Same thing goes to creatives. Why are you different?
Yeah.
When I first started, my videos, I used to get so much traction because I did stories. I had people sit down and I'd do an interview with them.
And tell their story.
And then I would put the footage of them training over top, but it would be shot in a way where the workout was the exciting part, but the story would hit you home.
Yeah.
To this day, one of my favorite videos, it's not even technically amazing, was Steve Peoples, dude from Bev's. He sat down. First one I did like this. He sat down. I said, hey, man, what got you into fitness? And he goes, oh, man, well, probably started when my mom died. And I went,
Whoa. Okay.
chills. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And he's like, Steve embraced me like a son and this and that. Like,
Yeah.
and he just went in and I went, oh, this is going to be really deep and good. And then I used the song Take
That's
Me.
his
I
why.
used the song Take Me to Church. And we
Oh, I love Hosier.
I gotta show you this. I gotta show you the video. It was phenomenal. And I loved it. And it made me happy to do that. But then at some point, that style got lost with my own. And this is my own problem. That style got lost into a world of 30-second reels and 45-second reels and shooting vertical, no longer horizontal.
The only thing I'm happy with the real thing that switched was they stopped monetizing them.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to having a couple extra $100 a month.
I didn't mind it either, but I also hated seeing 5-second reels
Yeah. Because
of a
people are
girl
trying to
fucking
maximize.
foam rolling her ass.
Yeah.
Because a creepy dude just wants to sit there and watch his girl's ass.
Wild.
5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. They
Wild.
just got 20 fucking views off one dude who just wanted to stare at her ass a couple more seconds longer.
Yep.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. But I'm glad. I mean, like, I'm happy because I don't have to see that shit anymore. And I felt like I had to kind of fall into that like 5 second. I literally remember creating a reel where I had my foot up on a bench doing a step up. And that's all that it was. It was just me doing one rep of a step up because that was a great angle for my ass.
What did you get? How many views?
I don't remember. I got paid. That's what I remember. I don't care about the fucking views. I think I made like $400 that month. Like, cool.
Oh, man.
Thanks. Like,
Oh,
but how
real
pathetic.
views went crazy.
3 goddamn seconds of me doing one rep, stepping up onto the step, and then coming down. My ass jiggled a little bit. That was the reel.
That was it.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
What did I just do? Why did I just do that? Like,
You did it because you felt like you needed to put out content in that context,
Oh,
something
God.
quick, shareable, whatnot, and it's just we all get caught up with it. I've done it too. Not like that, but nobody wants to see my ass. I've done it. I mean, maybe somebody does, but not the wide variety of people.
boys needs butts too, okay?
Yeah, listen, I've been working on this dumpy. I've been working on it. I'm telling you.
I hate that word.
I know.
Why is that a thing? It just reminds me of a shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's all.
My mom used to say what I used to. The big thing back when I was in middle school was the juicy pants.
Oh.
She's like, I think all these girls have their periods when they wear this. I'm like, oh, Karen.
Oh, wow,
I'm like,
she's so right.
God. I'm like,
Your mom's name is Karen?
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, but she hates being called Karen now. She's like, I'm not a Karen. I go, okay, well, when you talk like that, you kind of are.
She's right, though. Like,
Yeah.
I think that was the period pant.
Yep, period pant. So every
It's
time I see the juicy pants, I go, yeah, you got to change that. You got to just.
Is that even a thing? They should be burned if they're out there still.
Oh, yeah.
Burn them.
Oh, they're still out there. You know they are.
Oh, they should be burned.
That was awesome. So you opened up the facility.
Mhm.
You have Apex, and you start hiring people to work with you, do the training, you doing the classes, everything like that. Now you've branched off into other areas because you said recovery was always a passion of yours.
Oh, my God, yes.
And when did you realize that recovery was such a huge part of that? Because that's like an epiphany of its own.
I think maybe 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Never had a serious injury. This isn't real wood.
Knock on wood. I
Is this
think
real wood?
IKEA. I don't know.
And this is real wood. This is for sure.
I'll tell you what, they charged me like it was real fucking wood.
Fucking IKEA.
Swedes.
Never got a crazy injury, thank God, but I always had, and I know a lot of females can attest to this, I always had that pinching in my hip, in the back of my hip, in my lower back.
Is that where like the dimples are?
Yes, and I'm sure you have it too. A lot of people have it. So I always got that, and it like just hindered so many leg days for me. I can't do an RDL. I can't do a good morning. Can't do a sumo squat. Anything where I'm overly externally rotated of my legs, I cannot do. It fucking hurts. It's excruciating some days. So I did some research and I talked to a couple of people at the gym, and I was recommended to my myofascial release therapist, who I've been going to for forever now. And she helped me so much. And I just started was going to her for maybe 4 years before I realized this is something that's more important that more people need to know about. And when I decided to educate myself some more on it, I went on to a seminar in Sedona with her. And it was something like I've never experienced in my entire life. I was like, this is what's in here. This is what's inside our bodies. Like, not only is it just the mechanical, like structural shit, but there's like energy that needs to fucking get out that's stuck in a lot of people. This is why people have anger issues. This is why people have PTSD. This is why a lot of people, like, bipolar is a little bit more chemical, but this is why a lot of people are like this, is because it's trauma being stored in your body. And I went there thinking that we're going to learn all about the biomechanics of the body, and I'm going to be able to learn how to fix people structurally. And yes, we learned that, but we also learned about the energy that's inside the body and how you can't heal and fix the structural shit until that stuff gets out. So that blew my mind. And as soon as that seminar was over, I was like, I need to do this in some capacity. It doesn't need to be full-time, but it needs to be integrated into my training process with my clients. Not all of them, because not everyone is receptive to the work. If you don't know how to allow yourself to be vulnerable in someone's presence, you will not benefit from this work at all. So learning how to be vulnerable is something I had to learn how to do, because as a coach, and a businesswoman, I step into my masculinity a lot. I'm in it pretty much all day. So having to tap into my feminine energy to tap into the vulnerability is something I had to really work on. So that took me years to do. I finally started feeling that like emotional release for myself. All the stuff I saw at this seminar, I now was experiencing myself away from the seminar on my one-on-ones with my therapist. And it blew my fucking mind that this shit's inside me too. I thought I was fine. I never went through anything traumatic in life. Like, you don't think. Like, something traumatic could be you texting and then swerving into oncoming traffic really fast and being like, fuck, that's trauma. That was a little traumatic event for you. It's something as simple as that. It doesn't need to be like, oh, I got raped. There's different levels to this shit. But after I had my own emotional experience, I'm like, this is actually something that I need to do more than ever now. So I went back and I took 2 more seminars, and now I do it on my clients. It's not something that I would ever go full-time with because, again, it's an energy exchange, and I want to be very picky with who I do this work with.
Hopefully I had good energy when you worked out my leg.
Please, you have great energy. I wouldn't fucking be here if you didn't.
Thank you.
But I'm very picky with who I do it on. Like, I need to be comfortable with the person. I need to understand their background a little bit. And they need to come in good spirits. So I will go into depth more about this, but basically the fascia is a spider web and it runs throughout your whole body. I know I kind of briefed you on this a little bit, so this is for the podcast listeners, but it is the whole entire thing of your being. So I like to use the chest. I like to use the hips as examples because they're pretty common places that people have issues. So if you are a female, going back to that pinching that you have in the back, in the lower back area, it's usually because your hips are misaligned. So my right side's always the sides that's giving me the issue. It's usually because my right side is rotate up and forward. So it's pulling me, I don't know, you probably can't see on this thing, but it's pulling me forward so that I'm walking around with like a Daffy Duck butt.
Okay.
And that's pinching all this shit back here, right? Like, how can you move properly? Like, we're not meant to walk around like this.
Nope.
So releasing the hip flexors. So you're taking care of the front of it actually to elongate the hip flexors so that your pelvis can tilt back underneath and be realigned so that we don't get that pinching, because that pinching is actually the upper part of your glute. It's called the piriformis, and it's so stretched out. And underneath it, very like super, super deep underneath it is called, is the sciatic nerve. So your piriformis is pressing down on your sciatic nerve and causing you to feel that pinching. And a lot of people experience this, and this is super common with almost every single one of my members, every single one of my clients. And that's something very basic that I can fix. So do I do full sessions with all my clients? No, but they come in, they do a couple rounds of squats, like, oh, my hips are bothering me. Okay, cool. Hop on the table, traction your legs, release the hip flexors. Go ahead, try your set now. Boom, boom, done. Great, awesome, feeling great. And now we can go through with the rest of the set. So I love this work for that reason, because I get to fix people from the inside out. And now we can really load the weight on and not build upon the imbalances that you had. We can fix the imbalances and progress further that way. So
that's awesome. What were some of the things that you experienced out in Sedona that you were telling me about?
Whoo! Boy, there was some shit, man. I'm not going to share that woman's story because that's not my place to share it with all these people. I will share my own personal experience, which I briefly told you about. Pretty much we do full body traction. So there's groups of 4. One person's on the table. One person is tractioning arms. Traction means pull, for those of you who don't know that.
Stay up on that mic. See,
Traction means pull. Pull yourself back to the mic, Amanda. Pulling the arms. One person's pulling the legs, and the other person is compressing the diaphragm, which is like right below your rib
solar
cage.
plex area.
Correct. Lots of energy being exchanged, and there's 80 people in this room, and you're hearing people who are okay with being in that vulnerable space pretty quickly, releasing emotionally, crying, screaming, shouting, whatever it is, shaking. And I was on the table, and there was a guy, older dude, and I didn't see him. I had my eyes shut. I just heard him like scream so loud. And immediately it triggered me back to when I was a kid in my room and my dad yelling at me and telling me I was punished and closing the door. And I just ended up like flipping over off the table. I'm on the floor, slamming on the floor, screaming, no, let me out. What?
Crazy.
Like, where the fuck
Yeah.
did this come from?
Left field.
Completely left field. And that's where I had like my first emotional release. And I'm like, yo, I need to do this. Like, this is crazy because you're fully conscious. You're not unconscious when this is happening. And it's not always enjoyable what you're experiencing. You're crying, you're feeling pain, you're shaking. I was shivering. My jaw is, I suffer from TMJ. So like my jaw went like this
Damn.
uncontrollably, like I was shivering, like out in the cold. And it was just so much energy here. It's not enjoyable, but almost in a way you want to dive deeper into it.
Just to get rid of it too.
Yeah, you're like,
Purge the body
it's
of it.
almost like euphoric, kind of. It's like, let's go. Like, going into the fear, diving into the uncomfortableness, because I know that on the other side of this is freedom and relief. And you just let yourself go because, again, it's this weird euphoric feeling and you just want to stay in it for a while until you get out and you feel so light. There's no other way to explain it other than light. Like, your body doesn't feel heavy and you won't understand what that means until you go through a seminar or a session, a really intense session, how light your body feels and how much shit we carry with us from day to day. It's nuts. It really is. But just a little taste.
How long did it last?
They're about 20 minutes.
The feeling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the feeling of lightness or the
episode.
uncomfortable. Oh, the episode is about 20 minutes.
That was 20 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've had longer.
Damn.
The seminar, they limit you because, it's a seminar. You can't sit there for forever. But even in a session, you go for a session and you only got an hour or 90 minutes if you pay extra. And sometimes shit comes to the surface and you don't get to release it. And so they call these healing crises. This is funny stuff. Or not funny, but intense. All the stuff starts to come to the surface and then maybe time's up. You didn't get to fully release it. So now it's just hovering here. And you might feel like really intense, like overwhelming feelings for a couple days. I know there was one session where I had, and that happened. I felt it all come to the surface. It was bubbling. Time was up. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, I hate that.
I'm driving home. I'm at a green light, and this person is supposed to be making the left, and I'm supposed to make a left also, and they had so many opportunities to make the left. And they didn't, that I swerved around them into oncoming traffic and cut them off and made the left. And I pulled over as soon as that happened and I cried. It was just like, it needed to come out and it came out in that moment, and they call it a healing crisis because like, you can't pinpoint when it's going to happen. It just fucking comes out. You had to release the energy. It was right there on the surface. And when it's gone, it's gone. It's like a fucking cloud passing.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've had panic attacks before. I mean, everybody has at this point, something that wasn't spoken about or talked about for a long, long time. And then it becomes common. Like it's a normal thing. We go through so much. We deal with so much. We're introduced to so much news in a day and so many events that we but we are told about.
Yep.
And like, we're just unloading on you every fucking day. It's like a child died here, or a bomb's going off here, or a nuclear war starting here, or prices are going up, and you got to keep running your business.
Negative.
It's like, oh my God. And it's just like, and then you're burning the candle at both ends. You're working your ass off. Like I had a bad panic attack the day after my surgery in January.
Wow.
Just bad. Probably the worst
Well,
one
you
I've
got to
ever
go
had.
under, right? They put you under. So I feel like Anastasia.
Anastasia.
We're going to a Broadway play now. I feel like it just lingers with you a while. It stays in your bloodstream for quite some time.
I had like a memory lapse. I didn't know where I was for a second. It was very weird.
Yeah.
And then that triggered me having a panic attack. It was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
I'm very glad I was with my mom. Very glad. We were walking around Huntington. I remember it was like, it's even scary to talk about.
What kind of, everyone experienced panic different. So what were your symptoms?
So we're walking around Huntington. I just felt a little off. I couldn't really explain it, but I had just had surgery a day before.
Yeah.
So like I just felt off, and we're walking around town, and then I start walking up to my house, and I go, oh, I wonder if the dog's gonna be in the window. And I look to my left, and I'm walking him. I went,
Oh, wow, that's fucking odd.
Oh, I don't like that. And then I knew.
And then you feel out of control.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get the keys in the door. I'm shaking. I'm doing my mom. I'm like, I'm having an issue.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Heart rate, I had my Apple Watch on. Heart rate spiked to 140, back down to 70, back up to 140. Then I was shaking, couldn't stop shaking, couldn't catch my breath, couldn't breathe. couldn't swallow. Like I had to go lay down for about a couple hours.
Yeah.
A couple hours. I was like, I went to sleep, but I was shaking. I couldn't stop shaking.
And when you're in that, you fight it so hard because
I just didn't know what it was. I felt like it was going to last forever. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's going to last forever.
Nobody dives into it. Nobody's sitting there because it never happens in a convenient place.
No, never happens when you're in a therapy
your
session.
Yeah, you're not in your bed, like all of a sudden having a panic attack. Like, no, you're always in a place where it's not convenient for you to sit there and break down and shake and
well, luckily I was walking
and,
into the house.
So you
Thankfully, I was in house. But then, you're at that point where you don't know. It's like my heart rate's jacking the fuck up.
Yeah.
I also took a lot of different things that day. I had drank a little bit of alcohol.
Mm.
And it's 24 hours after surgery. I drank a little alcohol. I was on a pain med.
Oh, it's a big mixture. Yeah.
I was on a pain med that was also an anti-inflammatory.
Mhm.
And I took CBD. So I think everything just kind of like
a lot. Yeah.
collided in my system. And then on top of that, the anesthesia from the day before. So there's actually a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There's a guy who's an anesthesiologist. I grapple with him.
Mm.
He's an anesthesiologist at the hospital. I told him about that event, and he says sometimes it can create memory lapses like that,
Wow.
anesthesia, even afterwards.
I feel like it stays with you, right?
It does,
Did he
yeah.
say that?
You have to purge it out of your system.
Yeah, it stays, and it depends on how much I think you get. But
So the first surgery I got, funny story. First surgery I got, they woke me up too quick. So they
is that a thing?
They put me out. Well, they push drugs to wake you up. So they put me out. I remember exactly how it felt. I'm not fighting this. Some people fight that shit. I'm like, no, put me out. I'm good on this. I'm talking to them and I feel burning in my hand because I put the IV in my hand. I feel burning and I went, oh, there it is, isn't it? And she goes, yeah, I'm just gonna relax you. And then the whole room went slow motion.
And
that was it. I was out.
Yep.
But then I woke up.
You felt burning in your hand, huh?
Yeah.
I got coolness when I got it.
Burning.
Wow, weird how everyone experiences something different.
Burning. I was like, okay, it's medicine's going in.
Yeah.
So then I remember coming to. I'm coming out of it and I'm like delirious. I'm like a little fuzzy and I'm looking and I see the intern over me and he's like this. He's like, he's up.
Oh, fuck no.
And I look and I look.
Then
and
you just know some shit's wrong.
I looked and I'm like, I went, what's going on? And I felt pressure on my backside. I felt like touching on my backside, but not like sharpness or needles or anything like that.
Just movement.
Yeah, just like somebody's on my backside.
Yeah.
And the anesthesiologist comes over. She goes, you metabolize that extremely fast. She goes, they're done. They're just putting the Band-Aids on. She's like, they put me back out real quick. And then I kind of came to in the recovery room. So this time, she was awesome, the anesthesiologist. I can't even fret. She was awesome. This time though, the second surgery, she was my anesthesiologist again. I think she pushed a lot because she did not want me even waking up.
Yeah. Like
I came to in the room, which like totally out of it. I was like, oh shit, like they knocked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
So, but then, you dream, have you had surgery?
I have, wisdom teeth is the extent to my surgery. But
So
they put you out for that.
Well, they put you out, yeah. So, but you dream, and I don't know if anybody's had this type of experience. You almost feel like you know what's gone on. Like there's something in me that knows that I was getting worked on my booty. Like I know it. Not that I feel it, but you can almost kind of like feel it. It's weird.
I feel like because I don't know what anesthesia. Man, why do I keep calling it that?
I don't know.
Anesthesia really.
If anybody calls it anesthesia now, I'm gonna say no, it's anesthesia. Okay, get it right.
I don't know what.
Get it right, nerd.
Like, get it right and fucking leave. I think that your brain is still sending. Like your body's still sending your brain signals.
Oh, it still is, yeah.
It's not like you're actually asleep. Like when you're going to sleep, your brain slows down. Your nervous system decompresses and slows down. You don't send signals as much to your brain. I feel like you're not actually sleeping with that. So your nervous system's probably still firing. That's my thought process on it.
Which it is. No, it is still firing. It blocks signals in the nervous system.
It blocks it.
During a general anesthetic, medicines are used to send you to sleep so you're unaware of surgery and do not move or feel pain while it's carried out.
But then that kind of brings me to thinking that our conscious is separate from our nervous system. Like our soul is separate from that. Yep. Because if you have some awareness subconsciously that something's actually happening, even though you fucking out like a light and there's no signals going to your brain because your nervous system is being blocked, then that means that there's a separation in my head, which is like, When you die, your fucking shit goes somewhere else.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's been documented. You see,
of course, but
you know, like when someone dies, it's different than just someone sleeping. You know, there's something still there, and it's not because they're breathing. It's not because they have blood in them still and their heart's pumping. You can tell this is a being. Like there's something in here that makes this a being.
Yeah.
But when it leaves and there's an open casket funeral and stuff like that, it's like a clay figure. There's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. No
no
semblance of life or anything. It's wild.
That is wild.
It says general anesthesia drugs were shown to induce unconsciousness by activating a tiny cluster of cells at the base of the brain called the I'm trying to say this. Supra-optic nucleus. Supra-optic nucleus.
Okay.
Okay. Whew. Almost had an aneurysm.
Is it a stroke?
Oh my God. Call an ambulance. While the rest of the brain remains in mostly inactive state. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy the drugs they use and then to the drugs they have to push to wake you up. It's just weird. So, but on that topic, yes, it's amazing how much emotional baggage and emotional damage that we get throughout life that just stays with you.
Sticks
that
with
even
you.
though that person that you accepted that the relationship ended or that they cheated on you, whatever it might be, like, you know, it is what it is. It's in the past. Like, no, that's like a little thing on you, and it stays with you, and that's the chip on your shoulder.
That's actually where it stays.
Oh, right here?
Pointing to it, grief.
Really?
Yeah, right here. Yep.
No, stop it.
Yeah, grief.
Oh, that's so
it's
weird.
Right here, yeah. And your solar plexus.
I could have picked anywhere on the body to fit.
No, grief. You hold it here. Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. It's just there's so much more to this than just, oh, you had a bad experience. Fuck it. It is what it is. I bet that guy still has bad grief and experiences that from you choking his ass out 4 times.
And he has no fucking idea.
No idea. High on life and whatever else.
Yes.
And he's just like, did I get choked out the
And
other
it's
day?
just stored in your body. And like in the seminar, I had asked the question actually, because I'm a pretty emotional person. So when I feel things, I allow myself to feel them in that moment. And even if I have to apologize to whoever I'm with, being like, hey, just give me like 5 minutes, whatever. Like I allow myself to feel it now. I wasn't always like this. But when you learn to step into that vulnerable, safe space, you learn you have to do that more frequently. So when I feel things, I allow myself to feel them fully. And I had asked the guy, his name's John Barnes, he's the person who runs the whole seminar. I had asked him, if you are somebody who has an emotional situation or a traumatic situation and you allow yourself to feel it in that moment, do you store it? And he said that you'll still store it, but you might not store it to the same intensity level as someone who tries to suppress it and push it down.
It's like a fingerprint on you.
Yeah, exactly. It's not, it's like you're carrying a backpack, not a fucking luggage.
Yeah.
So if you understand how to cope with your emotions, then you won't be so structurally restricted. So I don't want to use him as an example, but there's some people, like I'm sure bodybuilders have to put this, this facade on for people. I'm this tough fucking guy, blah, 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 blah. They can't feel their emotions. Not only are they already fucking tight from shortening their muscles from working out, because none of them do yoga.
None of them could do yoga if they wanted to.
That's what I'm saying.
So tight,
Not
man.
only are they shortening their muscles by lifting weights and not working on stretching and lengthening, but now they have to put this, tough guy facade on. And when something traumatic happens to them and men, period, it's such a society thing, like to shut up and fucking rub some dirt in it. Like, don't feel your feelings. Why are you fucking crying? Men have to like push it down. And so now bodybuilders have so many fucking structural issues because A, they beat their bodies up physically with the weights, but B, they don't fucking feel their emotions. They just shove it down because they have to be in this role all the time. So back to fascia, a lot of people that are like that have so many restrictions. And I know I drew the diagram for you.
Yeah. We're doing a boomerang.
Yeah, the boomerang.
No, it's full video.
It's right. No, it's a full video, man. Just keep going.
I told you it was a boomerang, but it's a full video.
But it's leads to cancer because the fascia is where your cells run through. And when your fascia is restricted, all the cells that are in there are stuck together. And nutrients and water can't get to them. and a dead cell with another dead cell attached to it, with another dead cell attached to it, with another dead cell attached to it is an abnormal mass, which is cancer. And this can, and it's been proven in plenty of the patients that John has worked on and his staff has worked on, to help cure cancer to an extent.
Mhm.
So I know one of his people had lymphoma and he went for an intensive. So an intensive is like 2 weeks straight, 3 times a day of getting work done. And you got to go to Sedona for this. So you stay there. You go 3 times, 3 hours a day, and for 2 weeks straight. And he went for a scan before and then went for a scan after, and his mass was gone. It's fucking nuts.
It's amazing.
It's healing.
That fasting, it's amazing how these things that are, I'm not going to say easy to do because there takes a lot of training in what you guys do, but fasting, I mean, these things can cure severe illnesses in certain ways and in certain cases. Instead of having to go and beat your body up with drugs and be depressed and upset and this and that, you could take a proactive approach and come at it just a little bit differently.
It takes a longer time. It takes a longer time, but like, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it in the long run. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
So let me ask you this. So you do the myofascia releases. Is there any other things that you've gotten certified for? Or that's kind of what you focus on as the main treatment that you aligned with?
No, that's really it so far. Okay. I would like to go to school for massage therapy. You get massage therapy. They certify you in everything, like cupping, Graston, like all these other things that plenty of bodybuilders and people in the fitness industry do, right? You can take a straight up cupping course, straight Graston course, you can, but if you go to school for massage therapy, you will learn all of it in every course, right? It's like a different course that you take each semester. So I'd love to be able to do that. Plus, once you're a licensed massage therapist, you can run it through insurance, and insurance runs America. So
it does. You had said something interesting about Graston to me and those types of treatments.
Oh, they're just aggressive. They're too aggressive. And like, there's a time and place. If you got the injury in an aggressive manner, you will treat it in an aggressive way. If you got it in a less aggressive way, more of just like an overuse type of thing, just repetitive motions, don't treat it with Graston. It's too intense, which is where myofascial release comes in. Like someone that's like, oh, wow, my neck, I think I slept on it wrong. Why the fuck are you bleeding it? Were you in a fucking battle of jujitsu mid-sleep last night? No. You were fucking gracefully sleeping with your fucking head on the pillow counting your sheep. That, like, you don't need to fucking blade the shit out of it.
Yeah, I've had that experience. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's crazy, but that's MFR for you.
That's awesome. Yeah. And now, where are you going to go? You said you want to do the muscle massage therapy and everything like that. Where does Amanda go from here with business and everything? Where do you see? What's the scaling plan? What are you going to keep doing and growing? Whether that's personal, business, what are you trying to do? Just keep doing cool shit.
I definitely, you know what? I just listened to a reel today by one of the influencer speaker people. I don't even know how to say his last name, so I'm not going to even say his name on here because I don't want to embarrass myself. But he's young. He's like my age, and he owns a lot of businesses, great, successful entrepreneur. And he said that you go to, what did he say? You go to elementary school for 4 years. You go to middle school for 4 years. You go to high school for 4 years. You go to college for 4 years, but then you go to a job for 30. I think that's what he said. That doesn't make sense. There should be always like a evolution going on. And I'm going on year 5. January will be year 5 of Apex. Not saying that I'm going to leave Apex in the dust, but it's time for me to venture into something else. Not like I want to put all of my eggs in different baskets. I like being a well-rounded individual. So I'll probably possibly look into opening up some kind of a wellness studio where I can educate people more on myofascial release and any other, acupuncture or whatever. Like there's plenty of people out there that do all these different types of body work and energy healing, Reiki, all that. I would love to open up like a studio where all of these services are provided for people.
And Stoga is one of your big businesses.
Oh, love Stoga. Yeah.
If you could touch on that.
Stoga is stoned yoga. Literally nothing other than that. But it's such an amazing experience that we've created. If you belong in the community, it's great. If you're in the stoner community, it's great for you. So everyone comes together. We have different dates that we do this. Some of them are at Apex. Some of them are at Long Beach. We have a couple other places throughout the island where we do them. And first half hour, you come, everything's provided for you. All your cannabis needs are there. Yoga mats there, lighters, ashtrays, you name it, we got it. First half hour, you're just kicking it, networking, chilling, talking to people, smoking. And then we bring you through about 45 minutes of yoga flow. We do a slower paced vinyasa. So you're still kind of getting the fitness aspect of it, but you're also going slower because you're stoned and your brain's moving slower. And then we end with a sound bowl healing, which is phenomenal. Have you ever done one of those?
I haven't done one of those, but I know what you're talking about.
Dude, they vibrate the room. It feels like an earthquake, but like a nice, like good, like relaxing earthquake. And it's a beautiful experience. And then after that, we just bring you out of that meditative state, and we have all the different things. We have edibles that you can take. We have, I'm not an edible person. Not an edible person. But hey,
I don't know if I'm an edible person. I'm just scared to even try it.
Some people are. I am not one of them. Yeah. We have different tinctures and CBD products also for sale. And we always like to educate everybody. So there's the education aspect of it as well on just cannabis in general, whether it be CBD or THC or CBG. There's a million different strains. And we love to just educate people on that and create a safe space for consumption, a safe amount of consumption too. Like we always let everybody know in the beginning of class, you get a full fucking joint in there, full gram. You don't need to smoke the whole thing.
Yeah, you can take your time and you can save it for later.
Assess your tolerance, you know? Like I need 6 hits and I'm chilling. It's literally like looks like I barely smoked a joint at all. But like if I want to get real stoned and I'm home and I want to melt into the couch, I'll smoke a half a joint. But I got to travel home after this. So we're just going to take a few hits, chill out, go through a yoga sesh, do a little meditation, and be on our merry way.
And you guys had a really good event down in Florida, you were saying.
Yeah, we do them in Florida too. And yeah, we had about 12 people for that one. So we're on our way to growing down there for sure, because obviously we don't live down there. Our presence is lacking. But we're on our way to try to build it up, especially the more exposure we have down there, the more events that we have, even if they're small, you know, those 12 people had a great experience. They're going to go off and tell each one of their friends. And then hopefully next time we have one, we got 24 people.
That's awesome. That's how it grows.
Yeah.
Little by little.
Exactly.
And I also want to touch on, before we wrap, you have a event coming up, a fundraiser.
Yes.
Please.
June 11th. It is at Apex. And it's for leukemia and lymphoma. My aunt is suffering from lymphoma right now. Thank God she...
Knock on that real wood. Yeah, see, that's real wood. This is fucking
that
plastic.
Is real wood. Right now, her levels are stable. Good. So she's not getting worse. Unfortunately, she's not getting better, but she can live like this. So it's for her. And my family comes through. One of my clients' moms had passed away from leukemia. So her whole family comes as well. And there's raffles. We're doing 50-50 raffles. We got gift baskets. We got gift cards. We're going to have food trucks, 2 of them, I think, and a DJ. And it's going to be a great time for a great cause.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So everybody,
come through,
come support, come show the love, and show the love on Amanda's page.
Yes.
How can they touch base if they want training, Stoga, Myofascia, everything? Just how can they get in touch with you?
Just, you know what? Just DM me on Instagram or shoot me an email at Amanda Arrigo, ARRIGO on Instagram. I don't have a TikTok or anything, so like, don't try to find me on that.
Trying to convince her to get one.
Fuck China. Which should I not have said that?
My God, it's crazy in here. Fuck China. She's like,
way to go out.
Yeah, right? Oh my God. Slap my mic and leave.
Fuck you. No, really, no. Just Instagram at Amanda Arrigo, or at Stoga_US, or at Apex Fitness LI.
Email address.
Oh, email, amandarigofit@gmail.com.
Boom.
That's it.
I want to thank you for coming down.
I want to thank you for having me. This was so
blast.
Much fun.
It was long overdue. We've been saying it for a couple of years.
We've been saying
it. So you're awesome. I love seeing the progression and the growth and just everything that you're doing.
You too. I'm fucking proud of you.
Thank
you look great.
Thank you. I'm trying little by little. We're getting there.
You look great.
We're getting there. I gotta go.
You have the right angle.
I know it's a good angle
too.
I gotta hit European wax so nobody judge my little weird hairs I got. I don't even know what the hell is going on. The hairs grow here, but they don't grow on my back. I don't understand what's going on. I look like Teen Wolf. It's craziness. Teen Wolf. I was like, I'm getting hairy on like my arms. Like, why is his arm so hairy? the backs of his arms.
It's
Not
the
even
part
that-
of getting older. It's just
it's weird. It's just
like old people start getting hairs on their ears and shit.
it's dumb. I get a couple of the little friendly ones that come out the corner of the nose, and I go, "What are you doing?"
yeah, but those are good. They filter out the germs.
no, I go to European Wax. I get them ripped out.
All of them?
Oh hell yeah,
You're gonna die.
I'm gonna be all right. I was told I was gonna die during COVID too. I'm still kicking it. I'm still here, baby. Woo! Living life.
Oh my god.
But seriously, thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time. I know
you.
this isn't around the corner for you, so
It's all right. I loved it. It was a great time.
good.
Appreciate
And everybody hit her up. Make sure to check out all of her events page. Go fucking rehab yourself. Stop being all stiff and dumb.
Yeah, let me fix you. Let
Yeah,
me
like
fix you.
so what? You have a cry with her. She's dope. She got
Have a cry with me. Let's
lion
fucking
mane
cry.
hair. What more
Oh,
can you
yeah.
ask for?
I've been playing with this too much. I'm so sorry.
Nah, don't worry about it. We're good.
mess.
We're good. But the people outside though that have been getting the hurricane, the gale force winds from every whip of hair, they'll be upset about it. Once again, thank you. And everybody listening, on that note, peace.